Everybody, give me a second. Um, Something happened. Let me see how this should work. Give me a second, everyone. I gotta cancel something and put something back up. How's everybody doing so far? Anyways, give me a second. I gotta put another screen up. We're gonna have a quick show today, probably 3.5 hours. It's gonna be a good show. Um, I just gotta put something up on my screen, a banner, because my banner is not. So we gotta put another banner up. And I forgot just how I did it last time, but I'll figure it out. I hope everybody had. Oh, found it. I hope everybody had a great um week. Let's see. This is it. Nah, this ain't it. Excuse me. But yeah, I hope everybody had a great week. We had a great show Friday. Um, Chips. We had a great show Friday. Give me a second, everybody. Let me see how I did it. Cash App. All right, this is image. All right. Yeah, I gotta figure this out again. I'll figure this out though. It shouldn't take no. It shouldn't take long. Yeah, here we go. Um, but yeah, we had a great show. Um, Shout out to the callers. Shout out people who was in the live chat. Uh, why is my PS5 on? Um, but again, we had a great show. We actually did some crazy numbers as always. We be doing. I'm gonna say this, everybody. We do be doing crazy numbers on Fridays. So yeah. Shout out to y'all who be pushing up the numbers and stuff like that. That's why I always say, oh yeah, share, because the share when we do share, it does work. It brings more people onto the show. We Some people will like the show and definitely will fuck with us heavy. And to me, that's a great thing. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm on time today, but I just don't got everything started, and I apologize. I sincerely apologize for that. It's just it has been kind of a crazy morning. Right there. We'll put that. Hold on. Jesus Christ. Okay, right there. So we'll put this right there. Okay, that's perfect. Um, yeah. So I gotta check these other ones. Let's see. All right, we're perfect. We good to go, everyone. Now let me start this. And like I said, we're gonna have a quick show, probably a quick 3 hour show. So we'll end at like 12:30. I mean 12:30, 1 o'clock. Around that time. Um, But like I said, we're gonna have a good time. What's going on? What's going on? Let's get it. 004. Salute, salute. We got a good show today. We gotta talk, man. We gotta talk to these dudes, man. We gotta talk to the Latino community. You know, and the reason why we gotta talk to them and stuff like that, we've been hearing all this solidarity, this collab and everything and stuff. And again, and I'm gonna say this. I have been warning y'all niggas for at least 3 to 4 fucking years about what will happen when you don't police your own fucking people. When you don't police your own fucking people. So I don't want to hear, oh, yo, we need to come together because we told the Africans too. We told the Caribbeans. We was the ones in the forefront pushing for all of y'all niggas. And I gotta be honest. And it's not all of y'all, but at the end of the day, y'all are guilty by default. And sometimes this shit happens, but at the end of the day, you have to own that shit. You gotta own it and say, you know what? I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna police my own people. And you know what? I'm gonna say this. Shout out to SP, because SP was the only one, and I'm gonna say this nigga's a Mexican. And he has been saying probably for the last 8 months, I police my people. I fuck around, call these niggas coconuts. I will tell you which ones is the coons. But out of default, and I said this to SP for probably months, you're not the only one supposed to be doing this. Why are you the only one staying on code? And this is where I had that problem. What's going on, Jeff? Salute, salute. You know? And this is where I had that problem with people from other diasporas, because when I said something, they always caught offense. They always caught offense to what I was saying, and I said, yo, Black Americans, foundational Black Americans did not say we hate you. But at the end of the day, we've been telling you for years, damn near almost decades, few decades, that you need to police your own motherfucking people. Ain't no way in hell we should have been having a foundational Black elder or a Black native elder tell Black Americans you need to stay away from these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers did not come here to build with you. These motherfuckers came here to destroy you and build with the white man. They value the white man. They don't value you. And in 2025, we are seeing it. We are seeing it, and I'm gonna say this too. You too, Kwame. I've been telling you, you was out here doing grade A dick sucking with Be Active. You was out here Friday calling him your brother, dap him on the black hand side and all this other shit. Yo, I'm telling you, you're part of the problem too. You are part of the fucking problem, Kwame. And I told you, Kwame, I was like, yo, my nigga, you out here defending these niggas and yo, they talking crazy. Nah, B. They ain't talking crazy. Oh, they're not. They're not. These niggas don't even like their own people. These niggas have a problem with their people being a little bit shaded darker. And I have said that. And you know what? I've been on record saying that. I've been on record saying like, yo, these Latinos don't like dark-skinned people. These Latinos don't like people with melanin. I even said that about the Puerto Ricans. But what did Be Active say Friday? Puerto Rico don't have a colorism problem. Puerto Ricans ain't racist. Latinos ain't racist. You taking shit out of context, Aroshalin. You're, you're race baiting bronze. Aroshalin, you're not part of that culture. You don't know what's going on. Let me tell y'all something. The reason why I tell y'all about my past is because I validate. Thank you. Let's get it 004. This is why I talk about my past, because at the end of the day, I have experienced what is going on right now. I have said what was going on right now. I have been saying that, like, yo, I'm starting to think that these people are not our people. Oh, Rosalind, you're just meeting a few bad apples. Am I? Did I do something to somebody to make them feel a certain way about me? Am I a difficult person? You wouldn't know how much shit I was in until I told you what type of shit I'm in. And I'm going to be personally honest to say this, but at the end of the day, I have been warning people, and I've been saying, yo, these people is not our peoples anymore. I personally don't think none of them were our people. They're no different than a fucking African, if you ask me. Now again, where was I wrong at when I say, yo, the Latino community needs to police their own people? This is going to turn into a problem. I told Kwame that. I told Be Active that. I told Shabaka that. All they wanted to talk about was liberation, Africa, blackness. Then when I say, yo, we got to define what all this shit is. We got to understand of where these people are coming from. Why they think the way that they think. What's going on, Bomb's Legacy? BG, Kinfo, yup. Facts. Let me see what they try to beat us, but won't work. We are the original copy. You can't trace that. Facts. That's legit true. Let's get it 004. It's true. Yo, let me tell you something. I have been doing this for a while, and sometimes I'm gonna say this. I've been doing this for a while and not knowing I've been doing this for a while. I've been pimping. I've been getting pimp game before I even knew I was getting pimp game. This has always been a problem. And this is how great of a person I was. When niggas used to say all of this to me, what's going on, Gallery? Salute, salute. When all this stuff was happening to me, when all this stuff was being said towards me by the Latino community, you know what I said? Not all of them are like that. So I started seeing more and more and more. And I'm starting to see like, yo, what's going on, OC? Salute, salute. I started seeing, is this a cultural thing? Is this a anti-black hatred thing? Wait a minute. Why do they talk to me crazy, but when they see these white people or these white people, they want to show their teeth, shuck and drive, clucking and bucking. Salute, Breeze Omega. Shout out to Breeze Omega. Yo, catch his channel. His channels is really good. You know, salute to Breeze Omega. Check it, yo. It's the truth. Check Breeze Omega's channel out when y'all have time. FBA's are the race that gets played the most. Shake my head, all that black and brown nonsense was a big laugh play in our face. Shaking my head, we FBA's folks fall for the okey doke all the time. Yeah, not no more. I will say that. Yup, skinning and grinning. Not no more Bombs Legacy. This is why they getting hit with a culture shock. This is all it is. It's a culture shock. It's a culture shock. You know? And the thing about it, I supported multiple times the Latino community. Like, I know all of them are like that, but at the end of the day, we can't be like, as Muhammad Ali said, and I know a lot of y'all Latinos and Asian people like to mention Muhammad Ali. He said, if there's 1,000 venomous snakes wandering in the forest and I see all these venomous snakes, I'm not going to go and try to touch it and become their friend. I'm going to treat a venomous snake like a venomous snake. What's going on, Stream Hub? Shop, salute. Um, like, we can't keep on doing this no more. And I'm gonna say this: the people who are our enemy, and I'm gonna be personally honest, the people, yeah, we love the Latino women. You know, we love the riders too, the Latino riders. But at the end of the day, we can't keep on going through this. Always having them say, "Sleep, nigga." Let me tell y'all something. And I'm kicking them B actives back today. Fuck it. I'm gonna kick that nigga's back in today. And you know why? He was the one getting out all this false information. Talk about, yeah, they fuck with the black Americans. Look at New York. You know, us in New York, yo, we have some type of solidarity. And yo, you know who they shitted on? You know who they said was racist and a black supremacist? Tariq Nasheed. Now I gotta say this. Where was Tariq Nasheed wrong at? When these people were attacking foundational black Americans, black American history, while they reap the benefits from it. That's the question we need to be asking. Yeah, close that shit down, man. We shutting the shit down, man. We shutting the shit down. And this is why I say, yo, the most dangerous ones is the ones that act like they didn't see it. The racist ones is the ones that act like they didn't see it and do anything. So this is where we got to talk, and this is where we have to have this conversation. What's next with them? Because you know what? Shout out to Viral Ray, man. Viral Ray been cooking lately. And the thing about it, I've been fucking with Viral Ray for like a year. I love their content. Even though probably like 30 to 40% of it, I might not agree with it. But Breeze Omega, when you talk about cook, they been telling niggas, I've been telling niggas, when that Mexican OT shit started, and I said, this shit's gonna start a wildfire. Viral Way said, this is gonna be a problem. King Flex said, this is gonna be a problem. Now we gotta say this. If this is gonna be a problem, what to do? You gotta treat them just like they want to be. They want to be a white supremacist. We gotta treat them like a white supremacist. If people get caught up in the crossfire, this is what happens when you don't police your people. I have warned Kwame about that. I said, yo, you giving dap to this man and you talking about you're pro-black. Revenue, you talking about you're pro-black. Kwame, you talking about you're pro-black. Shabab, you talking about you're pro-black. Why am I the only one talking about this? Why am I the only one saying, yo, this is a problem? And you said, no, this ain't a problem. FBA's the problem. Black Americans the problem. Again, we didn't even have to do this. We told Latino community, I was like, if you vote for Donald Trump, this nigga's gonna sing you back. He's telling you he's gonna sing you back. Oh, no, no, no. Donald Trump is for me. Latino for Trump. I vote for Donald Trump. Why? Why, Donald? Why? Oh, yo, Black American, what happened to the black and brown unity? The black and brown unity? Yo, we needed, we've been doing this since the 30s. Nigga, you've been fighting us since the 30s. As Kwame said, y'all was starving niggas out in Rikers Island. But this is how crazy Kwame is. He was still fucking with them. He was still eating dinner with the devil. Yes. This is Pan-Africanism. Solidarity. This is why I have these topic questions. Should the Afro-Latinos delineate from the Latinos? That's why I asked that. Black Americans ain't the only one being oppressed by the Latinos. The Afro-Latinas is. Why they benefit off of Afro-Latina looking white. Right, Jennifer Lopez? Right, Ricky Martin? Right, John Lozamo? We don't know if he's Puerto Rican, Cuban, or fucking Italian. Who was that comedian who told Joe Rogan that the Spaniards don't like Cubans? They spit on Cubans. They talk crazy about Cubans. But now we got to ask the question, how do Cubans feel about Black Americans? I have to ask these questions. It's not that I want to. I'm looking for a clickbait. No, this shit's going to be clipped anyways. But I have to ask the question it's there. When I was telling them, y'all niggas was calling us Morenos, Cocolos. Oh, no. SP, remember what I said? And SP, you was the only, and I said, shout out to SP. He's in live right now. SP, I salute you because remember what you said. I said you are the only one. You are the only one that polices your people. But I told you, SP, you cannot do it by yourself. This is why this is happening when it's happening. I salute SP. SP did his part. Speaking of the devil, SP. Salute to SP. What's going on, FBA Convo? SP, but this is crazy. Yeah. J-Lo was out there even in the living color. That's how she got to the top in the living color, I heard. So it's But at the end of the day, it's just this is what happens, and this is why I say, yo, y'all gotta police your people. Like, let me give you an example. Why do you think black Americans always, when some shit happen, we always be the first one to talk about our own people? Say what's really going on about our own people. Like, yo, nah, that ain't no black people shit. While we still, because you know why? We know the white supremacists will have a narrative about that. See, look at what black people do. And it's just one person that just did some nigga shit. I think this is a straw man. Why would they allow so many Hispanics in the country who are military age? I think it's a trap. Salute to you. It could be a trap, but at the end of the day, like, yo, this has been going on since the 30s to the 50s. We can't forget about Lilac. We can't forget about how these gangs was formed. We can't forget about when people go to prison, who they side with. They rope-a-doped us. Yes, I believe that. They kind of rope-a-doped us for a very long time while they talk shit about us. A lot of them did that. Oh, yo, I got a Blackie Blayla. That's how they've been using it. I got a Blackie Blayla when the Blackie Blayla had self-hatred onto herself. Talk about don't mess with nobody dark-skinned. Don't fuck with no black man. White man or a lighter version. We want to cleanse our family. And this is why I always ask y'all this question. What's going on, E-Will? Salute. And this is why I always ask y'all this question. Are Latinos more European or African or indigenous? I think they're more Hispanic. I think they're more Hispanic. Come on, you killed off damn near all the fucking Taínos. You had Africans there, but they got their own communities. So where the fuck these people come from? Why the fuck are you cosplaying being a fucking indigenous? And some of y'all are. But if you have a mindset like a fucking conquistador, then what you want me to think? Well, you know, he's an Indian in conquistador skin. Nah, nigga, we know what you are. We knew what you are. We got the Lilac over here wanting to blame black Americans for not helping. They wanted to say the black problem is not our problem. The Negroes' problems is not our problem. They didn't want to be considered Latinos. They didn't want to be considered a Mexican. They wanted to be considered white. They fought tooth and nail not to be considered Latino. And this is in the 30s and the 40s. SP, not all of y'all are indigenous. I gotta say that. I think y'all more Hispanic. Y'all got more European blood. Because SP, I'm going to say this. We had people on the show talking about, yo, they're all three of them. They're Hispanic, they're black, and they're indigenous. Then when black Americans say, like, yo, we're black natives. We do got some European blood, and we do have African blood. Oh, no. You trying to erase being African. There we got another one. Black King right here. Black King is another one right here, faking the funk, talking this Pan-African, this blackity black shit. While Be Active was here disrespecting black people, he's over here saving snow bunnies in the bacalao. That's it. That's the only thing he was saving. Just watching motherfucker disrespect black people, didn't say shit then. And this is why I say, yo, this delineation is important. We don't want to hear nothing. Black King, we already got you, man. We already know what you here for. You don't represent black people. You don't represent black people. We see how you play over here. We see how you play over here. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Let's not do that, Black King. You know how you play over here. When B Active come over here, you doing some grade A dick sucking. Doing some Division 1 dick sucking. Yes, you do. And that nigga talk shit about black people. And you still sucking with the hands like this, got the hand motion going on. Don't act like niggas didn't see it. We seen it Friday. Am I lying? What's going on, Robin? Salute, salute. Black King. For a person who's called themselves a king should not be doing no division dick sucking to no other guy. That was some throat goat action shit that you was doing to fucking Beat Active. It was crazy. I was like, yo, is this motherfucker really black? I say, this is what goes on in Jamaica? They yelling all this Baltimore and shit. And they just sucking dick like it's no tomorrow. Like, let's be honest. I have never seen no dick sucking like that ever onto another person. Shuck. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Be Active. You're right. Salute, brother. Are you serious? Is this what we doing? Is this what Pan-African turned into? It turns into a freak show? They already got your boy Nature Boy. They already got your boy, Brother Polite. What's going on, Clausen Dam? We're just talking about how Pan-African, we got these Pan-Africans on this live chat be dick sucking these racist ass white supremacists. Oh yeah, dick sucking these white supremacists and want to be white supremacists. And let me tell you, and this is why, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is why I disrespect Shabaka all the time. A niggas told me, Kwame told everybody on live that this nigga gets spit on and get chased by dogs. His movement. You know what this bitch ass nigga said? Well, he does got a point. You think I want to be in a pussy ass fucking movement with y'all niggas? Y'all niggas is fucking failures. That's why let me tell y'all the white supremacists of the black community, because both of y'all niggas are failures. Nobody don't follow you. You niggas just laugh at y'all. Y'all niggas wear kufis and kente cloths, and these niggas wear white hoods, nigga. Y'all niggas is losers. Y'all them niggas got the Confederate flag. Y'all got that fucking whack ass Pan-African flag that nobody follows. It's so bad, not even Africans know what that shit is. They thought it was yellow. They thought it was red, yellow, and green. The fuck? Yeah, you keep on dick sucking, Black King. Fight for your white daddy. We know you want that Latino heat. That wanna be white daddy. Go on, you want that white, you want that, go on, you want the Latino heat. He mad right now. He's about to crash out. He about to crash out right now. Now he want me to check thing. He want to check page. No, this hour is for talking. This is what I'm telling you, Black King. This is what it led to. See what the Pan-African did? Your leader fucking Dr. Umar, who's an Afro-Cuban telling y'all niggas how to be black. Are you fucking serious? Fucking losers. Y'all niggas is losers out here. But the thing about it is xenophobic because we don't want to help y'all niggas. Because we want to delineate for all these niggas fuck shit. Let me ask you a question, SP. Because I fucks with you heavy, my nigga. Have you noticed when all this delineations got bigger and niggas like, yo, we just want to be known as who we are. Niggas started getting exposed. White people started crashing out. Latinos is getting sent back. Fucking Somalians getting caught scamming billions of dollars. Fucking the Caribbeans is doing freaky, nasty, fucking degenerate, just violations to other people. Like, yo, have you noticed? Then you don't really hear nothing really bad about black people. You hear a few people doing some nigger shit, but everybody do some nigger and cracker shit sometimes. I was reading an article that some crazy ass white boy was smoking some meth and his house blew up. His meth lab blew out and blew out his damn near his whole hand and leg. Now he's in jail, wilding out. Fucking hair look like it went through a meat grinder and some shit. It's just Black King is the thing about it. Black King is mad and he's scared because at the end of the day, we're gonna find out how violent his people are. We're gonna figure out who's starting all these crimes. You can't hide under the coat of blackness anymore. This is what it has to turn into. It's like you can't hide under that shit no more. Then if you lie who you are, that's fraud. You can't be like, oh yeah, I identify as a black man. No, you can't do that fucking Rachel Dozer shit no more. It is what it is. At the end of the day, let me tell you something. Black King, if you really had a problem with all this shit that's going on, you should have voted for Kamala Harris, my nigga. Instead of harassing black Americans, instead of harassing Tariq Nasheed, Alpha, me, other people, you should have been voting for Kamala. Kamala would have let you stay over here and have all your cousins and your second generations over here. Don't forget, Kamala Harris's family is from where you're from. They're from Jamaica. And this is the same thing, and I'm gonna use this as an example. As how y'all didn't vote for Kamala Harris, is as your people didn't vote for what's his name, Marcus Garvey. Your own people didn't vote for Marcus Garvey and chased him out of Jamaica, and he died in UK. He didn't even go to Africa. He has never been to Africa. Now look what your movement started. Y'all commit people. Y'all black Pan-Africans. Y'all socialists. This is what this shit started. Now niggas is cosplaying and being white supremacists. These niggas is crazy out here. These niggas darker than me fucking running around with fucking SWAT stickers and fucking Ku Klux Klan masks. Y'all Latinos is crazy. Me too, Robin. Guess what? Them niggas was mad that I didn't vote. They didn't come to you, oh, why y'all white people didn't vote? No, they came to the black people. Oh, why you didn't vote? You didn't vote because she's a woman. No, nigga, I didn't vote because she's bad for the country. She's bad for the fucking country. I was just a vice president. Nigga, if you just gonna use, you just a vice president, then nigga, I'm not gonna vote for you. You sucked as a vice president. Why the fuck would I vote for you as a president? Like, come on, let's personally be honest. All that fucking and sucking to the top got you nowhere. Got you laughing out. Laughed off the fucking president fucking election. Twice. Twice. I just don't trust any politicians because I know they are all in cahoots. Like I told you, it doesn't matter who's the president. There's just a chump in the front. They don't really have no power like that. There's just the face of it. They're just the face of it. Yeah, you could scam money here and there and stuff like that, but you got to look at it. Look at in Boston. Michelle Wu's about to get investigated like I've been telling y'all for the last 7 months. I'm like, yo, this bitch is about to get investigated. Niggas is out here losing money. Yo, the people who are citizens of Massachusetts can't even get an apartment or a hotel to live or get shelter, but you have somebody from other countries just getting shelter like this. There's a problem. They looked at that. They're like, yo, that's a problem. Yes, thank you, Claude. That is a great point, SP. That is your talking point, but at the end of the day, all y'all over here out here being full blown racist. Y'all out here being racist. Call it, and the thing about it, I don't mind calling niggas booty scratchers because I call niggas African booty scratchers. But at the end of the day, you just show y'all. I gotta be personally honest, SP, and this isn't you, but your people show their true colors, man. Now they gotta look at people as a collective because at the end of the day, I've been telling you, SP. I've been telling you for a very long time. You need to teach your people how to police their people because at the end of the day, if they don't police their people, they're gonna be looking at everybody the fucking same. I have been telling you that, SP. Now we're seeing this. Nigga, it's all over the internet. Just because some Mexican guy says some crazy shit in LA. Niggas is doing shit in Miami. Fucking Mexican OT. And the thing in Texas, I don't even blame the Mexican community. I blame them black folks in Texas because they let that shit fly. They let that shit slide. That's everybody's fucking friend in Texas. I love the women in Texas, but yeah, I'm not living in that motherfucker. I wouldn't even go visit. Nigga, let me tell you something. If I had a great relationship with my brother, I still wouldn't go visit that nigga in Texas. You gotta pay me some good money to go to fucking Texas with security. Them niggas will defend their own enemy, but won't defend their own brother. Something's weird in Texas. And I hate to say it, I have to agree with, what's his name? Charleston White. And I don't like that rat. He's a fucking rat. But he told the truth. He's a convict rat. That's what he is. And I have to agree with him. But the thing about Charleston, he won't tell the truth about his own people in Texas. Oh, yeah, what we do over here? No, nigga, let's talk about the whole of Texas. The whole part of Texas. The fuck is going on there? Why y'all niggas be talking the way y'all niggas be talking? You could tell that there is a self-hate problem in Texas. Even with the black people sometimes. Niggas always talk about we don't. We. Nigga, what you mean we? Nigga, you're a millionaire. And I'm talking about Slim Thug. Nigga, you a millionaire. This niggas out here down bad and you talk about what we don't need. Nigga, you ain't giving nothing. Yeah, he's a fraud. Let's get it 004. He's a fraud. But this is the shit that it turned into, and I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this. I told you, SP. I told you, be active. I told you, Black King. But you were thinking that you was having an FBA problem. Foundational Black Americans told you about them. They told you how they feel about Black Americans. They told you how they feel about Black people. FBA oddly, FBA is oddly now share the same talking points as right wing people like Alpha Elite seems like proactive agent. No, they're telling the truth. They're telling you what's happening. I'm saying the same things, SP. I'm telling you the same thing. This is what people see, SP. Will you have to hear it from 100 people just to say, oh, well, this is how Black people feel? No. These people are telling you how Black people feel. If there's a whole bunch of people following them and saying, yo, facts, that's right, and you arguing with 100 people, that's telling you this is how these people feel. This is how these people feel. I have to push back on that, SP, man, because at the end of the day, I've been letting you get away with that because at the end of the day, it's not true. If 100 people saying facts, yeah, yo, that's how I feel. Yeah, that's right. I understand where you're coming from, Alpha. I'm going to understand where you're coming from, Elite. You know, it's just... It's right, man. Sometimes you just, instead of judge, just listen. Like, yo, where are these people coming from? And like, this is why I even gave American Dream. I say, yo, you're going to have to go. You can't just talk to me. You got to talk to other people. You got to talk to the Tariq Nasheeds. Even if he is aggressive, you got to talk to him and try to see where these people are coming from. They are agreeing like a bunch of them. No, they're agreeing because they've been through that, SP, man. This is the disingenuous stuff I've been talking about. That's like somebody fall off a house. You say, oh, that nigga didn't really hurt himself. That's like saying that. Or if a nigga got shot and the nigga scared, he's like, nigga, that ain't even a big deal. That's like telling somebody who first got shot at and and the nigga scared, don't know what to do. You talk about like, nigga, that's not a big deal. That's what you're doing. Or if somebody gets violated, they're all shocked, like, yo, oh my God, somebody touched me. And you're like, yo, that's not even a big deal, man. That happens all the time. That's like saying some shit like that. Like, SP, you can't do shit like that. This is what I'm telling you, SP. This is why there's a delineation. This is why people want to separate from everybody. This is why this ain't just FBA. This is Black Americans. These are the elders who are sick and tired of seeing the same bullshit. Saying like, yo, I don't want to be near none of these niggas. I don't want to be near these four niggas. They're just doing too much and just blaming Black people. Then when they get on top, they think all foreigners is like that. Like, come on. Even Nigerians, yo, they think, oh, Nigerians is doctors. You go down to fucking Texas, Atlanta, and fucking even their own country, they fucking scamming out the fucking wall. That's why they getting kicked out of every fucking country, because they're scamming. And they're fucking up for the people who are actually doing something. Walking around in their fucking African kente cloths and stuff with their glasses, with a Gucci bag and stuff like that. It's just doing some bushmeat shit, you know? Some monkey shit. You know, SP people are actually really feeling like this. Yo, let me tell you something. My father don't know nothing about. I had to pimp my dad into what a foundational Black American is. I had to pimp my father into that red, black, and green shit that he just threw away. I was like, Dad, that's some African shit. You don't even like Africans. Oh, it's not, I don't like Africans. It's just like, yo, they don't like me. I was like, yeah, they never liked you. You try to be everybody's friend. I'm not everybody's friend. I'll kick your fucking back in while you're down. Oh, yo, you can't be like that, son. Nah, that's how I'm like. I get busy. I get busy out here. Oh, son, you shouldn't be like that. Nah, nigga, I am. I'm like that. I get busy like I told you, Dad. I don't want to hear that shit. Now he see these, oh yo, these foreign people don't like me and stuff like that. I don't even care anymore. I'm like, yeah, nigga, I told you. Old niggas is feeling like that. Niggas who was fighting for these people are feeling like that. My father fought for immigrants. My father helped immigrants get jobs. Just to have them turn around and talk shit about him. I know what they say about my father. Oh, he's too loud. He's too happy. He helps so many people. Yeah, but the thing is, this is what they don't. They don't talk about how many people my father helped. They don't talk about how much awards that my father gets for helping people. Out of all races, color, orientation, doesn't matter, preference, my father helps people. They don't talk about that. They talk about what my father did. How my father act. This is what we doing. This is why I say, SP, you gotta police your people. I've been telling you. You say, yo, I've been policing my people. I say, you shouldn't be the only one. You're a teacher out here. You need to be teaching these people like, yo, you shouldn't be letting shit like that slide. You shouldn't be letting shit like that slide. Let me ask y'all a question. Why should only black Americans police their own people? Why? Because because we get crucified more? This is why all y'all niggas is going through y'all this problem and y'all looking for this is how so bad it is. Y'all got the Pan-African movement trying to shut down black American empowerment. Like Black King, like Kwame, like Shabaka, like Be Active. They want us to follow the same mindfuck. Nigga. I tell you this. You Latino community is heading down a rabbit hole that you do not want to go down through. And if Be Active was truth, he will tell you the truth about what the Irish said to them when they try to be white. When they were going around here in New York, these Puerto Ricans were going around here calling themselves Germans, Nazis, doing all of this. Then they had to figure out who they really were. Have you ever listened in one of... Yes, I have. Yes. Yes. We have to go against it. SP, let me ask you a question. If you have a dog and you try to take care of this dog, make this dog great as it's supposed to be, and it's just not great, and it's just biting on you, shitting in your house, just tearing up your shit, are you still gonna leave that fucking dog in the house? Or let me give you another example. You have a car, it keeps on giving you a problem. You just spent $4,000 on a car, and it just still doesn't work. Are you gonna still try to fix it, or are you gonna just like, yo, I'm gonna have to get me something else. I'm gonna have to do something different. Are you gonna do something different, or are you gonna keep on doing the same thing? You're gonna do something different because it's not working. And I told you, SP, this will never work. This black and brown shit that you've been talking about, it will never work. It's a one-sided movement. I've been told you it was a one-sided movement. What's going on, Maylee? Salute, salute. It's not hate speech. It's response speech. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I know B Actor don't want to come up on here. You know what? Because he knows I got something for him. And if you do, you know I trolled your ass to come up here. I'm being personally honest. And I'm sorry, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Bronze Reaper podcast. I'm your host, Rosalind Perkins. What's going on, Shorty Mac? I mean, not Shorty Mac. Jesus Christ. Shorty McGriff. You know who Shorty Mac is? Shorty McGriff? The dude off of I Love New York. That's why I keep on saying Shorty Mac. But salute to Shorty McGriff. Salute, salute. I just found your channel and subscribe. Thank you, Marie Lee. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Give me a second, everyone. I got to do something. But yeah, it's just... I hope everybody's having a great day. I'm sorry I didn't say good morning, but you know, everybody, I hope you like and subscribe and comment in the live chat. And the only way you can subscribe, and I mean, only time you could go into the live chat, and did I put it, is if you subscribe. If you don't subscribe, you can't be in the live chat. Let me see if I did it, because if I did it, I'm gonna do it right now. Nope, I did it, but I did it now. All right. Only way you could subscribe, only way you could comment in the live chat is if you're a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, you got to subscribe and wait 5 minutes, the minimum 5 minutes, and you could get busy. You know, I will say this. This is why I said salute to SP, because SP, you are doing your job. I'm not saying you're not doing your job, but at the end of the day, I have to be brutally honest with you. Your people are not doing their job. They're not doing their job, man. You know, and I'm going to say this. Y'all was doing what the Latino community does. They do what the white supremacy has done in the 50s and 60s. They wasn't a part of the lynch mob and stuff, but they turned a blind eye to it. So SP, I gotta be personally honest. I used to watch that show a lot. Yeah, that used to be my show. I love me some New York, some Tiffany. Tiffany, she's a great person. Shout out to Tiffany. But yeah, hold on. Did it say the chat's open to everybody? Give me a second. Yeah, we ain't doing that today. If you ain't okay, yeah, we're good. Yeah, but we gotta be personally honest about this. Everyone. What's going on, St. Michael? Salute. Your name sounds like a stripper name. Stripper stage name. Oh, Rosalind? Thank you, St. Michael's. I appreciate that. That's one of our white supremacists live chat guy from the audience. He's from, where you from, St. Michael's? What part of meth state you're from? Yeah, St. Michael's is Irish, but he's from some type of meth state, you know, meth lab state. I think like Arkansas, I think. Are you from Arkansas, I think? Yeah, I think you're from Arkansas or some shit like that. Yeah, he lives near a meth lab, St. Michael's. Shout out to St. Michael's. He's on break. I don't think he started work yet, or he's on break. He usually comes on here and entertains people while he's on break. So salute to St. Michael's, our white supremacist potato slave. But yeah, like we gotta be personally honest about it. Oh, he live in Nevada. I told you a meth state. So it's a meth state. St. Michael's, I knew you was from a meth state. It's all right. There's nothing wrong with it. Breaking Bad area, all in the desert. That nigga probably got a fucking mobile home and everything. With the gas bath, cooking meth. Shout out to St. Michael's, man. Salute, salute. Hey, what's going on, Charlie Shaw? Salute, salute. Oh shit. Everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment in the live chat. But you have to be a subscriber if you want to comment in the live chat. And you'll be commenting with St. Michael's, Charlie Shaw, SP, Shorty McGriff, Marie Lee, who else? On Code, Black King, everybody, Robin from Kick, those are the people who you'll be chatting with. So salute to everybody who's in the live chat. But also, share. That's also a great thing. Share. And, excuse me. And, if you want to donate, you can donate to my super chat, Cash App, or Venmo. I will be putting it up right now, and we'll get started. Give me a second, everyone. And this is what we do in the beginning of the show. We usually just talk. We'll talk about the question and stuff, and I read the live chat. Like me, I don't mind reading the live chat, even though if it's a lot, I'll still read it. It's I can handle it right now. I know in the future it's gonna be like so much, and it's gonna be going down crazy. And I didn't even take my vitamins yet, so I'm not on like speed mode where I can just focus and read it. That's why sometimes you might catch me. I might get the stuttering stands like It's because I didn't take my vitamins and stuff like that. I'm a vitamin type of person. But yeah, let's get started. I put the live chat on. I put the if you want to donate, I got the Streamlab, I got the Super Chat, I got the Cash App, and I also got the Venmo. Give me a second. I gotta reset something. Alert. Give me a second, everyone. Where's my alert? All right, I'll put that in the front. All right, let me see if it works now. All right, it works, everyone. So when y'all follow, subscribe, your name will pop up, and that's how it will pop up, and it'll cover the whole screen. So yeah. But let's get busy, everyone. We got to talk about it today. Charlie Shaw, you have been warning. Be active. And you've been telling him that, there is no black and brown coalition. There is no solidarity when it comes to us. It's not that we don't like them. It's just it doesn't benefit us. We can't keep on supporting stuff that doesn't benefit us. We got to be personally honest about this. We got to ask, what you going to do for us? Oh, nothing? No, we're good. We don't want symbolic gestures. I'm going to be personally honest, and this is what it is. It's just symbolic gestures. So yeah. That's out the question. We ain't doing that no more. But yeah, you know what? I got a video. I got this man talking 2 years ago, talk about the white supremacy in the Latin American community. And I've been saying it a little bit. I've been saying and I've been trying to, and I'm going to say this. I have been trying to find solutions. It's just the thing is there's no solution, you know? You know? Hold on one second. Um, I've been trying to find solutions because at the end of the day, I wasn't like everybody else, where they were like, okay, yo, you know what? There is no black and brown coalitions solidarity, and everybody's like, yeah, there isn't. Okay, I was like, okay, well, let's try to find if we can make one. Everybody's like, no, it doesn't work. They're on some anti-black racism. So what I did, I went back in history and I found Lilac. I found politicians, and don't forget, Lilac is a Latin American, what is it? Black Caucus. Latin, I forgot what it means, but it's a Latin caucus. Like, you know how the black Americans have the Black Caucus and they support the black community, and they all filled with fucking immigrants. What's going on, Kwame? Yeah, Kwame, you know what? I got some smoke for you, nigga. All that Division 1 dick sucking you was doing to be active and stuff like that, and all this shit popped up. What's going on? Was it Monster McFly? Salute. All that dick sucking you was Kwame, all that dick sucking you was doing to be active and stuff, dapping him up, talking about, yeah, you my brother and all of this other shit, and this is what his community is doing. Yeah. What you gotta say now? Talking all that anti-black shit, and you talking about you a black this is why I say nobody's not following Pan-Africanism. Now you want, no, we're not talking about reparations. We're talking about your fuck-ups. That's what we're talking about, Kwame. We're not talking about that. We're talking about what's happening in this community, and you spell reparations wrong, my man. You added an extra R. I'm just letting you know. It's all right. I do that shit all the time, too. Like yesterday, I said something, instead I put stay, I put say. I forgot to put the T. So. But yeah, Kwame, what's up with all that dick sucking you was doing to be active on Friday and Thursday? And this is what his community is doing. I'm not the only one calling y'all niggas an African booty scratcher. I'm not the only one saying that, like, yo, they need talking about, oh, yo, they're whitening their race. They don't fuck with black people. I'm the one that told you that. You know, oh no, you're my brother. We from New York and all this other shit. Like, we know where your loyalty goes. You sure you're not a capitalist, Kwame, and not a Pan-Africanist? I'm just saying. This is the stuff we're talking about. This is where this stuff is going. This is why I told you, Kwame, stop defending, be active. Stop defending him. He's lying. He's lying. I don't know what y'all have against black immigrants, the Africans and Korean parents. My son's school. Oh, cool. Yeah, but you gotta understand, SP, you're in the middle of nowhere of Ohio. Come to Boston. They don't fuck with black people like that. Come to Boston. See how they talk about black people. Go to New York. You'll get robbed and finesse. Those are all Kwame's people. No, Kwame. No. Those are your Latin brothers that is supporting the white supremacy. Like, be active. Remember I told you, Kwame, was it Thursday or Friday, that I said Puerto Rico have a colorism problem and B Active told me no? I'm lying? I was like, yo, they got a colorism problem there. I was like, this is why I'm not going to, I would never go to Puerto Rico. You're like, no, 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 no. He was like, no, 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 you don't know what you're talking about. I'm in Puerto Rico all the time. I said, yo, I said, y'all was so fucked up. Y'all trying to whiten your race. I said, why don't y'all got fucking Diego out there supporting y'all? Why is Amara La Negra telling everybody that, yo, Latino got a colorism problem? They don't want to be black. They don't want to be dark. Yeah, I hear Puerto Rico is pretty safe. Yeah, for you. Yeah, pretty safe for you. I'm not going to Puerto Rico. Nigga, I remember when I used to smoke, I was gonna go into this place where I get weed at and they closed the doors on me. I'm like, nigga, what? Don't get me wrong. I was doing dirt, but they didn't know that. You wouldn't know the way how I used to dress back in the days. I was doing dirt. I was dressing like I just came from like I just came from a college class. But yeah, another one, Shabaka right here, another dick sucker. Let me ask the question. You ask that question. Go on, Kwame. It better be with this question right here, because we're talking about the Latinos now. A Mormon. No, no, no. The motherfuckers is white. They got more European blood and roots than black people. This is what you're forgetting, St. Michael's. The Spaniards, obliterated damn near all the Latin countries. The only Latin country they damn near couldn't obliterate it was Brazil. Brazilians got more African blood than black people. Yes. That's why they can keep their roots from Africa. That's why you could tell which ones are indigenous. Like, look at Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira, if he was black, if you color him another shade of black, he would look black. Alex Pereira looked like a black man, but he's a Latino. You could tell he's Latino by his skin. But ask the question, Kwame. Go on. I'm listening. Let me ask a question. Go on. I'll answer your question. You know me. I'm a very honest person, Kwame. And you know what the question is, Kwame. You know how I feel now. Don't forget, there's laws to this land now. We have to stay on code. You are afraid to go anywhere. I'm not going to fucking Africa, Shabaka. You going to Africa and catch Ebola, my nigga. I'm not going. If I'm going to go to Africa, I'm going with somebody I trust. You, nigga, you trying to go to Wakanda City to go live under some muds and sticks. Nigga, I'm not trying to live in no mud and sticks and call that shit a fucking home. No, absolutely not. If the white man says, we will give you $100 trillion for reparation for slavery, but you have to immigrate back to... I'm not from Africa, Kwame. That's the thing. I'm not from Africa, so no, we're not doing that. And America don't have $100 trillion. They don't have $100 trillion, you know? And if I had $100 trillion, I would own Africa. I would own Africa. I'll be the richest man in the world. What are you talking about? I will own America and I will own Africa. What the fuck? This nigga's stupid. I would own Africa. There will actually be a real Wakanda City. We will really have a real infrastructure if I had $100 trillion. I will kick out all y'all mud hut niggas and bring black people and build, really build. I will pay for the government and kick these niggas out and really build. I don't do that fake ass scamming Pan-African shit. All y'all niggas want is money and scamming niggas. That's all y'all niggas do. Here's the thing. I have no doubt that blacks have been mistreated in this country. What opportunities like do is capitalize. Or is it? How is it resentment? Let me ask you a question. SP. I'm sorry, SP. SP. What is resentment that Tariq Nasheed and Alpha Alik have against Africans and Latinos? And he helped Africans and Latinos. He got them niggas jobs. He helped them with their country. He did more for y'all niggas than y'all did for y'all own country. So what type of resentment that those niggas have? Imagine not taking 100 trillion, right? Nigga, I will own Africa and America if I had $100 trillion. What are you talking about? I will own both of those countries if I had $100 trillion. Are you serious, Kwame? I will own Africa. I will kick all y'all mud hut niggas out. I will say all y'all niggas, this is what I do. I'll put all y'all niggas on a boat and send y'all niggas to Europe. And have the Europeans deal with you. Get y'all niggas out the fucking paint. And this is what I'll do. I'll build a foundational black American community in Africa. I'll build a Hebrew Israelite community in Africa and kick all y'all niggas out. That's what I'll do and send all y'all niggas to Europe. I will own y'all fucking country. And keep the cool people and the pretty women in the country. Other than that, I'm kicking all y'all niggas out. And I'm going to put a travel ban on all y'all niggas to come back. I don't want y'all niggas in my continent. I'll be running that shit like Poland. All jokes aside. They literally capitalize on... This is what I'm talking about. This is what I would do to Africa if you gave me $100 trillion. I'm being personally honest. This is what I would do with Africa. I'll kick half them niggas out that country. Fuck no. Why would I want to follow? America's my country. Why would I go to England? First of all, them niggas can't cook. Second of all, America will be great. I'm just being personally honest. Kwame, this is the thing. You're the only ones that depends on the white supremacists. I don't depend on the white supremacists. I just want them niggas to pay the debt that they owe. That's it. I ain't gonna beg you, nigga. I'm gonna fuck your shit up. I'm gonna disrupt. Let me tell you, Kwame, I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you think, because don't get me wrong, I do put my email on my description. In my description. You don't think these niggas email me talking crazy about me? Talk about what you gonna do to me? I say I wish you would try. Do you think niggas don't talk crazy about me? You don't think niggas email me, talk wild shit? Some trailer trash motherfucker who think he was a Aryan brother in 2,000 years ago? Are you fucking serious? Them niggas ain't got nothing against. Them niggas ain't got nothing on me, my nigga. Come on, I'm a king to them. I'm the fucking devil to them. I'm their devil. I'm their devil. They believe everything that's wrong with their community is because of me. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but niggas like St. Michael's people, that's what they think of me. They think I spew false informations about the white supremacists, about all the nasty shit that they used to do over the years. Like eating people since until the 1970s, living in barns, sleeping with the animals, not cleaning themselves, passing around syphilis. $42 million white. Kwame, what the fuck? All right, Kwame, I'm about to sit you on timeout. What are you talking about? I'm going to say this, Kwame. That's what your people try to be. You and the Latinos try to be white supremacists. We have been seeing it for the last few months. The Pan-Africanism. Look, Kwame, your Pan-African channels are feeling so bad that y'all have to talk about foundational black Americans. Y'all have to bring foundational black Americans up. Yo, Sarnetta, Elder Sarnetta is your last lifeline. After that, you have nothing. You are done. You are done. After Sarnetta, y'all are done. Pan-African is done. Your leader, Dr. Umar, is out the fucking paint. He don't know what to do. This nigga went batshit crazy. Don't know what the fuck he's talking about half the time. He still don't know what he's talking about half the time. Fucking Sarnetta is still trying to catch up and still using Dr. Umar shit how he got sent to the back burner. I'm just being personally honest. I guess I'm in the 2 million. And Kwame, you're not in the millions either. Man, what are you talking about money, Kwame? You broke ass Pan-Africans. You know what? I'm going ham on you today, Kwame. You're broke ass Pan-Africans, all right? You broke ass Pan-Africans need to stop that shit. All that scamming y'all niggas been doing for the last 80 years, and y'all niggas still ain't got no money. Y'all been getting hundreds of thousands a year for the last 80 years, and y'all niggas didn't do shit with it. Y'all niggas is some broke ass niggas. Y'all niggas need to stop that. All that money y'all got, and y'all still couldn't go to Africa and build that shit? Are you fucking serious? Y'all didn't build nothing in America? Why the fuck y'all didn't build that shit 80 years ago in Africa? Come on, man. It's Kwame, are you serious? Pan-Africans beg for donations all the time. Look at Dr. Umar, your leader. Nigga went broke, talk about they froze his fucking Apple Pay, nigga. They froze his bank account. Can you send him a few dollars? Nigga, are you serious? I should have sent that nigga $100. Say, here, you broke ass nigga. Dr. Umar, you a broke ass nigga. How the fuck you getting hundreds of thousands of dollars a year and still ain't building no fuck? Let me tell you something. Dr. Umar and Akon are the biggest failure in the Pan-African community. The Pan-African and African community. It's so bad, Burna Boy wish he wasn't even fucking Nigerian. Let's personally be honest about that. Now, Burna Boy is talking a different tune now. He said he wish he wasn't Nigerian. Only got a hookah lounge beggar. No. Those are the Latinos. The Latinos love hookah. Shout out to the Latinos. Well, the good ones. All y'all other fake ass wannabe white supremacists, go eat a dick, nigga. I'm gonna be personally honest. All y'all fake ass white supremacists, Latinos, I don't fuck with y'all niggas. I'm gonna be personally honest. Y'all niggas want to be white so bad it's sad. It's sad out here. Y'all Pan-Africans is sad out here, broke. Kwame, let me ask you a question. Why aren't you helping your Pan-African movement? Them niggas is broke out here. Them niggas is starving. They, like I said, remember what I told y'all? Y'all always need a nigga. Y'all always need a black American, a foundational black American to help y'all. Y'all niggas is broke out here. I'm surprised the USA hasn't established a colony in Africa since the... Yeah, me too. Me too, Robin. Let me tell you why they didn't establish. Because that shit sucks. Africa, nobody want to go to Africa. Not even Africans don't want to stay in Africa. All them niggas is fleeing. And like I said, the only realest Africans I will ever fuck with is probably the French. The French Africans. The niggas who live in Paris, France. Them niggas get busy out here. He said, Shabaklava. Shout out to Claude Van Damme. We got hotel bank. Y'all ain't got no motherfucking hotel banks. Them shits is failing. Look at Professor Small. He's crying over he lost a $800,000 deal. Cause of the bullshit that he said. And niggas pulled his card. Y'all niggas is crying over money, Kwame. Don't start that. Y'all niggas is broke out here. Therese, man. Yeah. Nah, them niggas got taken. What are you talking about, Kwame? Them niggas got taken off. Don't start that lying, Kwame. That's strike one, Kwame. Don't start that lying. And niggas know you broke too, Kwame. You know why? Dorsey told me. Dorsey told me. I'm trolling you today. I'm trolling you. Be active, better not come up on here. Because I got a video for him. He ain't gonna like it. Oh, yeah. He ain't gonna like that video. Oh, yeah. Niggas. Let me ask y'all a question. Why y'all niggas always want niggas to do something for free? Kwame, why y'all niggas always want black people to do some shit for free? You know? Y'all the only niggas think black people should be doing shit for free out of gratitude. Nigga, fuck that shit. Niggas ain't doing shit out of gratitude anymore. I'm just gonna be personally honest. Niggas ain't doing shit out of gratitude no more. Then here comes this broke ass, sucker ass nigga, Shabaka. Shabaka, you a broke ass nigga and you a sucker at the same time, my nigga. That's sad, nigga, how you let Kwame disrespect you. And after that, he still called you brother after he disrespect you. You're a sad case of a failure, nigga. I'm going to tell you, you're a sad case of a failure. If the time was pushed back 50 years, you still wouldn't be saved, my nigga. You still be a failure out here. Go on, man. Yeah, you're Dr. Umar. Yeah. Niggas doing road tour like Charlie Kirk. That nigga's a loser, nigga. Your brother, your scamming uncle, Dr. Umar, is a loser. That nigga's a loser. That nigga's doing world tours for nigga pennies. I'm being personally honest. He's doing world tour for nigga pennies. I gotta be personally honest. We got the scholar. Y'all niggas ain't got nothing. Y'all niggas is still crying over. Y'all niggas still crying over failure of Africa. Africa been failed for the last 300 years, my nigga. 400 years. And it's their self that they gotta blame. Is it work for the I'm not a traitor. Yes, you are, Shabaka. You are a traitor to your own race. And the way how I'm feeling right now, I'll slap the shit out of you. Cause you're a traitor. I don't respect traitors and your disappointment. Like I said, if time was pushed back 50 years to give you another, chance to fix Pan-Africanism, you'll still be a failure, nigga. And I know the truth hurts, but you just born a failure, my nigga. You should have just worked most of your life. That's it. And just mind your fucking business. You didn't help anything. You know what? I'm going to say this, St. Michael's. Shout out to the small hats, because they fucking y'all niggas up. Y'all white supremacists, y'all getting fucked up by the small hats, and I salute them niggas. I'm gonna be personally honest. Them niggas had y'all crying ever since. Yeah, them white, them small hats have y'all crying for the last 2 years. Y'all niggas been getting violated by them niggas for the last 2 years. And it's so funny. I'm glad you brought that up, St. Michael's. How you feel to get violated by niggas with small hats? Salute to the small hat. And shout out to Benjamin. He been putting foot to y'all asses to y'all white supremacists for the last 15 years, nigga. And y'all niggas can't even do nothing. All y'all niggas is bitch and moan. And now y'all victim blaming. We're a victim. I'm oppressed. It's the small hats. Look what they did to me. They demonetized me. Yeah, you supposed to get demonetized, nigga. I'm actually rooting for the small hats against y'all niggas. You see what I'm talking about, Robin? Remember what we talked about Friday? Remember what we talked about Friday. This is why I can't defend them. I'm glad the small hats is violating y'all niggas. And you know what, Pan-Africans? Y'all are next too. Y'all keep on fucking around. This is why black Americans just stay out the way and just watch, just grab their popcorn. Watch them niggas violate y'all niggas. All y'all niggas be getting violated. That's why St. Michael's can't even say anything. Look at it. He's hurt. He can't even defend himself. He can't even defend himself. Them niggas got you like victims. Yo, St. Michael's, them niggas got y'all in dresses now, nigga. They got y'all white supremacists in dresses with makeup. And y'all niggas can't do anything. Look at, know what? Small hats, please make another Tu Wong Fu and put them in a meth country, a meth state like Nevada. Please small hats, please do it. Oh, now he's mad. Look at, he's mad. This is what we turned it into. Look at. See, this is why I say he's a victim. How the fuck y'all call yourselves the supremacists? Y'all got to take that supremacist out of white supremacists. Y'all know y'all ain't supremacists to nothing. Y'all getting beat by the minority. The fuck you talking about? Now you want black Americans to crash out for you. Look at St. Michael's. After all that bullshit he was talking, see how he switched up so fast, everybody? He a victim now. He's oppressed. He think he know what oppress is. Shout out to the small hats, man. They putting boots of ass to these Aryan brotherhoods. to the white supremacists. Go on, Shabbat. What you want to defend them too? You want to defend St. Michael's a white supremacist? Kwame's already doing it. Go on, Kwame. Go and defend your white daddy up there. Poor victim. Yeah, you're a victim. St. Michael, you're a victim. The victim of the system. That's why you live in a movable home. and eat mayonnaise sandwich with salt and pepper on it. Why we feel bad? Tariq out here getting money with me. What you talking about? Niggas out here, let me tell you something. Black Americans is out here getting money. All those stats and all those everybody's getting fired. Nah, nigga, you haven't heard no real black person complain if it was an AI. Only time you hear a black person complain about some shit like that, A, if it's an immigrant, B, if it's AI. That's the only time you hear them complain. Yeah, Kwame's our favorite little troll, man. I gotta salute to that. Hey, salute. Hey, thanks for the subscribe. Yeah, man. You think I'm gonna talk shit about the small hats? Nah, and you know what? This is why I say, yo, let me sit back and watch this shit. You know what I said? Small hats ain't fucking with me. They ain't fucking with my people. Like this is. Let me tell you what. Let me ask you a question. Why you think Hollywood is shut down? It wasn't shut down because because they were right. No, black people didn't want to do this shit. The writers was like, yo, we can't write with this shit. Black people are not liking this. People were losing their jobs. It wasn't organic. They were putting out these mediocre videos, and it was being exposed by black people. Black people was like, yo, this shit ain't even organic no more. I'm not going to the movies no more. So I must be getting paid by white people. That's what you're saying, Shabaka? Are you saying I'm just being paid by white people? Is that what you're saying? It's all right. You can say it. Because you know I'm going to ask you to prove that. Like, this is why I got... Hold on. Let me fix this. Yeah, right there. Yeah, right there. I think that's a little bit better. Yeah, you got to prove shit like that, Shabaka. You can't just be saying anything. You come to... You beg every time you come on YouTube, click and views, no, nothing else. Oh, Shabaka. But Shabaka, this is the thing. You come on my show every day. You come on my show every day complaining about black Americans. And then think about it, you say, yo, you care about your race, but at the end of the day, you demonize your own race. This is why I say, yo, we don't listen to you, Shabaka. You're realer than a moissanite diamond. That's how real you are. You got niggas out here talk about... This is how pathetic you are, my nigga. I'm going to be personally honest. This is how pathetic you are. Your boy Kwame told your whole movement that y'all niggas been sucked. Y'all got chased down by dogs, got spit on and sprayed with water hose. And you said this nigga kind of got a point. If I don't know what a bitch nigga is, I don't know what nothing is. I'm just being personally honest. If I don't know what a bitch nigga is, I don't know what nothing is. Shabaka, you're just a bitch nigga. And this is why I stopped defending you. And I used to defend you, Shabaka. You remember in the beginning, I always defend you. I always never trolled you. Then once you did that bitch shit, I was like, yo, I can't defend this nigga no more. I can't defend this nigga. This nigga, he's a lost cause. This nigga said you got spit on. Then all of a sudden, now you're part of the Black Liberation Army and shit like that. Then you told me you was a part of a peaceful movement and all this Mahatma Gandhi bullshit. And Mahatma Gandhi was a pervert too. So all that shit Martin Luther King got shit from, that one of his influence was Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi was a pervert and he hated black people. I'm just being personally honest. What you want me to say? That nigga hated black people. But let's get back into what we were talking about. You know, y'all got me off topic. And I'm talking about Kwame and Shabaka. Oh yeah, and St. Michael's. St. Michael's ran back to work because he was like, yo, this nigga's, he's wilding out. I'm gonna say this to the Latin community. Y'all niggas need to get y'all shit together because, you know, after this show, y'all might hate my show because I'm gonna be telling the truth. I have to tell the truth about y'all. So yeah, your dumbass can have rights. FBA have contributed nothing but to the life. You know, FBA is a lineage and not a movement, right? You know that, Shabaka, right? Or are you a fucking idiot? I'm just asking, Shabaka, are you a fucking idiot and don't know FBA is a lineage, not a movement? I already know the relationships. They don't like us. That's why we stay away. But at the end of the day, y'all was already infiltrated with them. St. Michael's, you was infiltrated with them. Y'all was one. What's going on, Adam B? So what y'all say is nobody is going to help me shovel snow to look for Come on. Good morning, Adam B, man. How's everything, man? Shout out to Adam B. He makes me laugh, man. But yeah, Latin community, this is gonna be a reality check. You know why? Because you're gonna have some very dark days. You're gonna have some very dark days, man. Since it's a lineage, you should oppose genetic testing for the. What's up with you and taking people's DNA, man? Yeah, you're a little pervert, St. Michael's. I could tell, man. A little pervert. You know who you are, St. Michael's? You're like Nature Boy of the white supremacists. You know who Nature Boy is, St. Michael's? Look him up. That nigga's in jail for life right now. That's who you remind me of. You remind me of Nature Boy. No. Nature Boy or Brother Polite. That's who you remind me of. Talk about got the facts, genetics. Nature Boy and Brother Polite. That's who you remind me of. You know. Shabaka remind me of Dr. York. That's who Shabaka remind me of. Oh my God. Yo, Shabaka. Did you know Dr. York? No, not that Nature Boy. Not that Nature Boy. Nature Boy of the conscious community. Ask Kwame about Nature Boy. Oh my God! Ask Kwame about Nature Boy. He's that's part of Kwame's community. And Brother Polite is another, nasty type of person. I'm gonna be personally honest. That's who you remind me of, St. Michael's. You remind me of Brother Polite or Nature Boy. You come up with this crazy shit, and you just got a dirty You got a lot of skeletons in your closet, I could tell, St. Michael's. St. Michael's, let me ask you a question. Do you have soft hands? I'm asking the question. Do you have soft hands? It's all right. The reason why I asked that question, most people who have soft hands slap their wife or slap their women. This is St. Michael, I'm asking you, do you got soft hair? Because if you have soft hair, 9 out of 10 you do probably slap your wife. Or like 7 out of 10 you do slap your wife or your girlfriend. I'm fucking with you, St. Michael's. I'm fucking with you. This is the shit. This is the shame of every getting all exposure. Dude, absolutely not. This nigga Shabaka's mad at me. Oh shit, Shabaka, why you mad at me, bro? Shabaka, I could be. Shabaka, I'm supposed to entertain too, right? So I'm entertaining you, and you're getting mad about what the shit that I do say. Like, come on, you can't do that. I'm just being person. You can't do that, and Say, Baku, I know you hit your wife, bro. I know you must hit your girl or something, man. Nigga, you just see like them niggas that have soft hands that slap their wives. Facts, Enox. I'm fucking with you, Shabaka. And at the end of the day, Shabaka, at least you know, as many times you could try to call me xenophobic, I'm not xenophobic. You know, I fuck with all of y'all niggas. It's just, I kick in your back in sometimes, you know, come on. I kick in your back, and the thing about it, I give you a platform to say whatever you want. I just said, just respect the laws of the land. Do you think I want to be like Myron Gaines? Or Nick Fuentes? Why the fuck want to be them fucking losers? Those are niggas who never got really pussy like that and just started getting money. When they started getting money, that's when they started getting pussy. That's when they started paying for it, you know? It's like saying, I'm from the king of, I'm from the king, no, I'm from the line of King Charles without genetics. Proof my claim is. But let me ask you a question. How do you know that's the real royal family and niggas was not just like married into that family? You can't be royalty if you married into the family. When they say it's royal blood, that's what royal blood is. Once you say it, I'm just being personally honest. How do you know that they're royalty? Wasn't the royal family at one time black? Now all of a sudden they're white? I'm just asking a question. I will say this, it's a possibility because English is a Germanic language. Yeah, the English you speak is a Germanic language. So, yeah. Yeah, they ain't getting no box. They anti-box. They want to hang with fellas all day and guys. And their ancestry can't connect with the... St. Michael's. You didn't get no DNA test because I know you're broke. You're a broke white supremacist. Y'all niggas ain't got no money. You still free, like you still steal electricity from your neighbor, my nigga. Come on, like let's not do that. You live in Nevada. You don't live in Las Vegas. You live in the poor part of Nevada with trailers and shit. And there's nothing wrong with that, but damn, I had this song all for years. When Roy was, hey yo, I remember when she came into the limelight, she looked old as fuck. I did not know that girl was 18. That bitch looked older than I was. I was like probably like in my 20s at the time. That bitch looked like she was 40. She looked like she smoked Newport 100s. I ain't even gonna lie, or Spirit cigarettes. Same here, Charlie Shaw. Free houses in we know you go to Reno a lot, right? Go get the meth. All right, let's get to this videos, man. I'm sorry, everybody, man. These niggas be just coming out the cut. So the first video that we're gonna watch, about this Latinos telling the truth about the Latino community, and this was 2 years ago. I've been preaching this shit probably. How long I've been preaching this, SP? I've been preaching this probably like 8-9 months. I've been preaching the same shit this man been preaching about white supremacy. I didn't really watch all of it. I watched some of it. So let's see it.
Here's what's bothering me today. There's been yet another mass shooting in the United States of America, and this time it's quote-unquote different because while the shooter posted a manifesto, and no, we're not really going to talk about that in detail, but it kind of just does the whole typical right-wing neo-Nazi bullcrap. And what's different about it this time is that the shooter was Latin American or Mexican American or Hispanic American, all sorts of terms to try and point out, hey, he's not white.
Oh shit. And this is why I said not even the white people claim y'all Latinos. He's saying that he does look Latino a little bit. I'm not even gonna, and this is why I always say this. Um, y'all gotta be careful who y'all friends are, like Latino communities. You gotta be careful who defend y'all, cause you just defending yourself for yourself. This is the type of shit that does happen. Nah, he's Latinos.
So how could he be a neo-Nazi if not white? Checkmate, leftists. So today, as a Latino, it's time for me to unfortunately inform everyone about how racist the subcontinent is. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So apparently it needs to be said, yes, Latin Americans can be white supremacists. There are a ton of white Latin American people. In fact, there are several countries.
And you see who you was defending, Shabaka? Do you see who you defending, Kwame and Black King? No. We're not doing that, St. Michael's. He's Latinos. Let's not disrespect him. Let's not disrespect him. He is Latinos.
Countries that are majority white in Latin America.
Hold
Uruguay.
What did he just say? And I said this to SP, and SP said no, he's more indigenous. Listen.
Can be white supremacists. There are a ton of white Latin American people. In fact, there are several countries that are majority white in Latin America. Uruguay, Argentina, Costa Rica, and Chile and Cuba are all majority white. And without even looking there, just a casual look at America also reveals that you have very racist, practically Nazi and all but name people who also happen to be of Latin American descent. Nick Fuentes' father is Mexican American. Ted Cruz is an American.
Hold up. I've been telling y'all this for probably a year and a half about Nick Fuentes. Listen again.
Name people who also happen to be of Latin American descent. Nick Fuentes' father is Mexican American. Ted Cruz is an American Cuban, sometimes known as a gusano. One of the most famous leaders of the Proud Boys is Enrique Tarrio. He's also Latin American. All three of these little awful ghouls have Latin American heritage, and two of
SP, this is your brethren talking. This ain't me saying this. He's from a Latin country. He's from a Latin country. He's telling you, say my SP. I can't lie about this. I will never lie about this. One thing I will never do, SP, and you will know, I will never put a title on somebody that is not true, that I know is not true. This man has been saying this. I have been saying this to you, SP, for a while. And this is why I have asked. Remember when I asked you, I was like, yo, if you're so indigenous, why do you promote your conquistador lineage more? I said, why do you only use your indigenous culture when it's beneficial? I said, you shouldn't do that. I said, you should always use your indigenous culture. But the white supremacist things that y'all push, that's a conquistador culture. That's conquistador culture. That's Hispanic culture. That's not indigenous culture. I'm being personally honest. I would never push an agenda on you that is not true. Because at the end of the day, I know one thing. I know there's a responsibility I do have to take. And like I said, to fix something, sometimes you have to destroy it. And I have to destroy this agenda that damn near your community pushes. If people acting like it doesn't exist, that's like saying, this is why the devil is stronger, because people act like the devil never existed. Then people doing all this evil shit out here, and people are thinking people are fucking evil. You know? I'm not gonna lie. This shit been going on for a very long time, SP. And you know this is true. I know this shit hurts to hear this shit, but at the end of the day, he's telling you about the community. He's telling you it has a white supremacy ideology, even towards their own people. And you gotta be right, SP. You know your people don't like your people at times. Especially if they're from a darker skin group. You know? And I'm talking about culturally. I'm not talking about like a movement. I'm talking about culturally. Like if they're darker, they will be outcasted. They will be told to fuck with somebody darker. You know I'm telling the truth. What's going on, Dorsey? Johnny Cochran was FBA. Facts. But yeah, I'm not pushing anything. I didn't say you, SP. But culturally, yes, Mexico has been pushing that for a very long time. This is why, for example, this is why you go out here and call other Mexicans coconuts. Am I right or wrong? It's the same thing when you call them a coconut. It's like calling them a coon. We have coons out here too. That's what a tether is. We're supposed to be brothers, but you're turning on me, so you're a coon. That's what a tether is. Someone who will turn on their own brother yo. We can't play these type of games. Yes, I know that. But SP, you still push. Some of your community or a good hand of your community pushes that culture. We're gonna watch through this whole show, and I'm gonna show you how.
Of them are definitely white passing, but all of them definitely have white supremacist neo-Nazi vibes to them. I also remind people that the Americas were first of all colonized by the Portuguese and the Spanish, who are European and thus brought the ideas of European race and religion and civilization to the Americas and inflicted all those unspeakable horrors upon my indigenous ancestors. And my black ancestors too.
Just like what you just said, SP.
So since we're talking about
race
and
SP.
civilization, air quotes, in Latin America, let's talk about the casta real quick. If you've heard the term mestizo or mulatto, you are already at least somewhat familiar with the casta. The casta was a racial and social identifier used by the Spanish to determine someone's lot and worth
I'll be
in
right
life,
back,
basically.
everyone. I'll be right back, but I'm gonna rewind it, but go on.
There were all kinds of terms for socially identifying who was actually who on the ladder. So, if you're half black and half white, this is what you are, and that's where you fall on that social ladder, as a very brief example. At the absolute top, however, you had peninsulares and criollos. Now, peninsulares were white people who were actually born in Spain and then came over to, wreak hegemony on America. And then criollos were white people who were born in the New World. That's right. Shit was so white and so prejudiced that they had to make two different distinctions for the types of white people. And the peninsulares were seen as better and the criollos as inferior. Like, oh my God. And so these privileged few, these peninsulares and criollos, they start, setting up what would become the foundations of all the different Latin American states by displacing and or murdering indigenous people and also, by the way, enslaving them. What ends up happening is you have various different systems. The encomienda, which dealt with a lot of slavery and how they were entitled to certain groups of people and their labor. Like, what the actual hell? And then you also had systems like the hacienda and the latifundia. Now, the latifundia was basically you would be given like a large landed estate to which you were entitled all the monetary rewards thereof. These were given to churches.
Hey, Dorsey, that nigga, St. Michael's lives in Nevada because he couldn't afford California. That's why he lives in Las Vegas, Nevada.
These were given to like wealthy aristocrats from Spain or from Portugal. And the hacienda was kind of at the center of all that, where it was like your big estate slash a factory. That's part of where hacienda comes from. It comes from the Spanish verb hacer, meaning to make or create. And so that was sort of the center of all of this of, yes, here on my massive slave plantation that stretches out to the horizon as far as the eye can see, and all these slaves, the indigenous ones keep dying, so I guess we better get the transatlantic slave trade started. Come on over here, Africans, we gotta work you to death so I can just sit here on my porch, on my hacienda, while everyone's making stuff so I can get richer and richer. This happened pretty much everywhere. Now, there were some places that didn't have as much slavery, but this was basically everywhere from Mexico to Brazil and everywhere in between. So this is all at the very beginning of Latin American history, right? And already you are seeing massive amounts of inequality, racial prejudice, slavery, and all the wealth being concentrated into the hands of a handful of white people who decided from the get-go, by the way, to implement this casta system of racial stratification while they were again abusing and enslaving and extracting wealth from the land and the people that were either indigenous to there or brought over as slaves from Africa. So yeah, the legacy of all of this is a continent that speaks Spanish, is predominantly Catholic, and is overwhelmingly racist. Far too many conflicts to count from Latin America have been started due to a power struggle, either between Criollos or the landed Criollo estate class versus the majority, either mestizo or indigenous or some other marginalized population that rose up in rebellion saying, hey, you're talking about this democracy and representation stuff. Can we get some of that? And then the Criollos would basically say, no, go to hell. Think about the recent coup in Peru and how that was meant to protect the landed interests in Peru, or even the one that came before that in Bolivia with Janine Áñez and a selection of a handful of white Bolivians who just said, oh no, these poor indigenous Bolivians, they don't know how to run things, so we gotta take over and show them how it's really done. This is not an uncommon part of Latin American history. In fact, there's a term for what it means to actually improve the country: blanqueamiento. Blanqueamiento is literally the idea of whitening your people and your nation. See, we're getting more and more white and therefore more and more civilized, because that's what our ancient slave master Spaniards and Portuguese people imprinted in our subconscious. You don't have to look far or hard to find racist Latin Americans or Hispanic Americans. Whether they are born and raised in the United States or they are found elsewhere throughout Latin America, it doesn't really matter. You can find this easily. I feel like I'm just kind of in this weird space of, oh yeah, I'm perfectly aware of all this, and people are suddenly shocked to be like, oh no, it's impossible for brown people to be racist. And it's that's because not all Latin Americans are brown people, and that's part of why we have a huge race and colorism problem in the Latin American community. As a grim example, my father is Afro-Latino. Technically, he's a Zombo, see the Costa for that. But he's as Latin American as just about anyone, and yet, because of his skin color, he is greeted with racism by a great many other Latinos. We should also maybe talk a little bit about the Dominican Republic and their whole relationship with race, but I'm not Dominican and I couldn't get my Dominican friends to immediately respond before I started recording this, so that's probably going to have to be a subsection for a different time, but it's definitely very weird and very sus. As a starter of getting your feet wet into this subject, Foreign Man in a Foreign Land released a pretty good video that touches on the Dominican view of race and how they view Haitians and blackness. So you should definitely go check that video out if you haven't already. But I am just so flat.
I was gonna rewind it, but I was like, nah, let this ride. I'm gonna say this. He's telling the truth, man. This is 2 years ago. So homie was talking crazy before, niggas started talking crazy. We can't, this is one thing I don't want to, and this is, what? This one right here, we're going to tell the truth. We're going to see the truth. But we can't. St. George, my God. I'm gonna say this. Um, we can't run from the truth. We can't run from the truth. Like, I'm gonna give you an example for Black Americans. We have been having people. We have been fighting a lot of people's battles and not dependent on ourselves to fight our own battles. Where we were thinking like if we help these people, they will help us. No, and we figured out it's not gonna happen. This is like when I was having a real good conversation with Robin. I told Robin. Robin was like, "Oh, yo, we can help each other, yada yada yada." I was like, "Robin, it's not gonna happen." I said, "What's gonna happen is once we help you, you're just gonna go right back. Your people, not you, Robin, but your people are gonna go right back into what they were doing before, saying that we're crazy, we're this, we're that. Yes, hold on a second. Yes, Latinos are more racist than white people. No one can refute that. Facts. I kind of believe that. Mr. Know It All. That's a conversation definitely we can talk about. But yeah, that's what happens. Like St. Michael, I mean not St. Michael's, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, St. Michael's. But like I was saying, like with Robin, I was like, Robin, it just can't happen because at the end of the day, it always goes back to the same situation. It always goes back to what happened with this, what's going on. This, once they put it this way, once America's taken care, they're gonna find another common denominator, and that's Black Americans. But I still want to believe that America is not founded on fighting race-based battles. Oh no, that's what America is about. Your Mexican white brethren, Nick Flintus has even said that. It is about race. We can't lie and say it's not about race. And for a guy who is on the down low and a white supremacist, I have to agree with him. The system holds Black Americans down. It has held Black Americans down for generations. But we don't want to sit here right now and say like, okay, yo, the system is holding us down now because it's affecting the white supremacists. Like, let me ask you a question. Let me give you an example, Robin, and I'm going to go into this video. That's like when Black Americans for the last 70 to 80 years, been telling everyone that the FBI had been infiltrating Black Americans. Everybody said Black Americans just don't want to comply to the law. They don't want to listen to the law. They think they are above the law. They don't like the FBI. They don't like the police. And they build a very nasty relationship with law enforcement. So now we're in 2025 when we're seeing the white supremacists get the piss beat out of them. Get that act right to the head, get pistol whipped to the head, get the act right to the head. Bow. Know your place, white man. Now there's a problem. Now we see what's going on. Now we know it's not right. But where were y'all 70 to 80 years ago when we were saying this? That's my concern. Now all of a sudden we see what the problem is. Now you want us to help you with the problem. I wasn't born either, but I knew it happened, Robin. That's the thing. I knew it happened. I knew Black Americans have been saying it for the last 80 years that the FBI is infiltrating Black Americans. They're planting evidence. They're killing our leaders. Oh, no, that's not true. That's not true. Now, here we go now, 2025. It's the small hats that killed Charlie Kirk. No, it wasn't. It's a nigga who loved Bussy, who was anchoring for some Bussy that Charlie Kirk said some crazy shit about, and nigga lost his fucking mind and shot him. That's who shot Charlie Kirk. I'm just being personally honest. That's what happened. The nigga was anchoring for some Bussy. Charlie Kirk said something, and he was on a bad day. He probably wanted some Bucci cat, but his little lady boy or his transgender, because I don't know if she's from Thailand or is it a white trans girl, because in Thailand they call them lady boys, and you gotta respect everybody's pronouns. So let me tell you something. I still respect everybody's pronouns. Like, if anybody want to be called something different, I will call you that. Yeah, it's a pussy war that's going on. And let me tell you something. I think Charlie Kirk was out here, and this is just my opinion. I think Charlie Kirk was out here getting some bushy action too. I heard about them turning point parties. Them shits was damn near swinging parties. And if you ever been to a swinger party, you know what I'm fucking talking about. It was a damn near that type of party at Turning Point. Why you think fucking Brandon Tatum there every day? That nigga right over there sweating for some snow bunnies.
The race. Oh, your hair. What?
And you know what? This is gonna come from a Puerto Rican now, and she's gonna tell you her situations with her own community. Watch this.
You have to be with a white guy because you have to perfect the race.
That's one.
Oh,
that's two.
Your hair, like qué pelo malo. Ay, para ser una negra eres bastante linda. Ay, pero que negra fina. That's what it's like.
As an Afro-Latino, I've experienced all forms of racism. I've experienced racism that is very covert and passive.
Cuando uno va a solicitar trabajo, una de las cosas que te miran es el pelo. Te dicen que te tienes que peinar, pero ahora mismo ya estoy peinada.
I've also experienced direct racism, been called racial slurs. I've been told, why do I live in a certain neighborhood?
Cuando te dicen, ¿verdad?, que eres feo por no tener unas características.
I'm gonna say this to the Afro-Latinas. Y'all motherfuckers is beautiful. Never ever let nobody tell y'all niggas that y'all are not beautiful people. Y'all come from probably one of the most beautiful races ever, and that's the black race. Don't matter, no ever, I mean ever let nobody feel like you're not worth it because you're dark skinned. I know I have made jokes about the Latino community. I know I have said some shit, but at the end of the day, I will never disparage. I will never make you feel like you're less than a human or demonize you. I will never ever do that to you. I will never ever do that to you. And like I said, shout out to y'all, and don't ever let nobody make y'all feel like y'all lesser than a person.
Semejantes a las características europeas, a las características blancas.
There's also a problem about colorism. It's people of the same race with different skin colors, and they don't recognize their own privilege.
A lot of white Latinos, they say, oh, how can I be racist? I have black in me. Oh, my great granddaddy is black. But yes, you can be racist just because you use that excuse.
Yeah. Some of them are, yeah.
The fact you are a white person and you have privilege over black Latinos.
I definitely have felt the privilege of being white passing. I don't think I realized it when I was a kid. From probably the day that I was born, people commented on que blanquita.
Mr. Noda, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm playing this video to explain that the Latin community hates its own people as well. They hate their own people. I'm not saying we're gonna unite with the Afro-Latinos or have some type of solidarity. No, absolutely not. But I gotta make our point, and our point a little bit more stronger of what I'm saying. So you are right. I will say that, Mr. Know-It-All, you are right. But I gotta make this point more stronger, where I feel like they have an issue with dark skin.
Que pelo tan lindo, que pelo tan lacio, you know, all of these things about my appearance. And it wasn't until later on that I noticed, wow, this is actually something that is rooted in colorism and something that is rooted in racism and, you know, something that might sound nice.
See, she called it out. Listen to what she says.
From probably the day that I was born, people commented on que blanquita, que pelo tan lindo, que pelo tan lacio, you know, all of these things about my appearance. And it wasn't until later on that I noticed, wow, this is actually something that is rooted in colorism and something that is rooted in racism and, you know, something that might sound nice to me is actually perpetuating a system that oppresses others.
And my cousins and I would have conversations how if we had kids, how nice it would be if they turned out like our father's side of the family, which is lighter skin with green or blue eyes. And it's embarrassing for me to think of that now. But
This is the shit I'm talking about. This is why I told be active. I have told be active. And be active argued tooth and nail with me and told me no, there's no colorism problem in Puerto Rico. I was like, yes, there is. I'm telling you, there is. I was like, if it was there should not be no such thing as a black community in your country if everybody is the same. You know, Shabeki put this energy into building toilets for moment. The smell would. Shout out to Claudia and Dam and Breeze Omega. Salute.
that is what was taught to us since we were little. And it wasn't until I grew up and I understood just how damaging that kind of thinking is. In order to fix this, in order to have a positive impact, we have to recognize our own racism. We have to recognize that the things that we grew up hearing about European features being superior to African features, that is wrong, and that we have to stop that rhetoric and change it for one that is true, that is positive, and that elevates the Black Latinos among us.
I feel like this just has to be said. Just because you
Hold on,
have
everybody.
experienced racism or discrimination does not mean that you are not racist.
What I have learned from listening to our Black brothers and sisters within the Latino community is that if you as a Latino, Latina, Latinx have felt discriminated against at some point, multiply that by 3, 5, 10, and that is what their experience has been like.
Not only that, but the fact that we have been discriminated against ourselves shouldn't be an excuse to not be an ally or to not have these conversations. In fact, it should be the opposite. It should be it puts us in an even more unique position to be able to empathize at a certain level, not at the same magnitude, but at a certain level, and take that empathy and take those experiences to further amplify the voices of Black Latinx brothers and sisters in our communities.
Nuestra rabia no es en vano. Aquí yo llegué porque mis ancestros llegaron esclavos, llegaron metidos en un barco.
Seguimos viendo cómo nosotras, las negras y los negros, no estamos representados en espacios de poder, como el gobierno, como los medios de comunicación y otros espacios que son muy importantes para la dignidad de nosotros como pueblo afrodescendiente.
We should all just stop and help each other out so that these things can stop, these killings and all of these injustices that we go through. Just stop.
The responsibilities that white Latinos have in combating that racism are very clear. One, silence is very loud. Be an advocate. Don't be afraid to be caught in uncomfortable situations, even when those uncomfortable situations confront you at your dinner table.
Para nosotros es importante que ustedes sean nuestros aliados, sean nuestras aliadas, y particularmente porque somos latinos. Y como bien decimos, hay una mezcla de 3 razas. ¿Por qué invalidarnos? ¿Por qué invisibilizarnos? ¿Y por qué negar que existimos y que estamos aquí y que valemos?
So this is what I was talking about with the Latin community, where they have issues with their own colorism problem. And I remember I was explaining to SP that is very dangerous, because at the end of the day, how you think they're gonna look at Black Americans or foundational Black Americans or even Black immigrants? They're going to look at you as a second-class person anyways. And this is why they believe the white supremacy, and they are the white supremacists. And now in 2025, if you even look at it, every racist has some type of Latin background to it. From the Nick Fuentes to the Paul Millers to the Ted Cruzes. They all have some Latin culture. And that's why I always told y'all, I was like, yo, you gotta police your own people. If you knew you was gonna get rainy days, you know you're gonna get some type of bad storms, you need to police your people. You need to really start a coalition. You need to start actually popping up at Black events and Black movements and defending Black Americans. You shouldn't have to see only all Black Americans. When that George Floyd thing happened, reason why we seen everybody, because people were getting free shit. Everybody knew some nigga shit was going to happen and everybody was going to get a good lick. We can't act like that's not true. We're not going to act like, oh, yo, that didn't happen. This is why people wasn't going down there for. You know? Now we're about to get into the real nooks and crannies of things.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going into, well, a pretty difficult topic.
Definitely a sensitive one.
Yeah, we're looking at some really uncomfortable allegations of anti-Black sentiment within certain Latino communities.
And we should be clear about our source here.
Right. Our deep dive today is based entirely on a transcript from a YouTube video. It's called He Exposed How Latinos Sabotage Black Americans on Construction Jobs and Get Them Fired.
From the Pink Book Lessons channel.
Exactly. So our goal today, just to be upfront, isn't about taking sides. Not at all.
No, it's about understanding the perspectives shared in that specific source.
Right. We want to really unpack the experiences presented there so you, the listener, can get a more nuanced view of these, well, challenging narratives.
It's complex stuff.
It really is. We'll be looking at two main accounts from the source. Okay, so let's jump right into the first one.
Okay.
This comes from a Black man, and he owns a construction company. He talks about hiring Latino workers only for them to allegedly complain.
Thank you. You mean Spaniard? Into I don't know. And was it Intuity? I think it's called. I'm sorry. I'm gonna call you iDub. Do you mean Spaniard? I'm sorry, and I'm sorry if I butchered your name. That's why I'm gonna call you iDub or iWiz. Do you mean Spaniard? Because Spanish is a language. You mean Spaniard? I will consider them Spaniard. So if you're talking about Spaniard, I agree with you. And the reason why I say Spaniard, because they keep mostly that culture, the Spaniard culture. All right, so yeah, I do agree with you. Yes, Spaniard.
About his African-American employees and actively try to get them fired.
And the source gets specific about the why, doesn't it? It points right at economic competition.
Yeah, it does.
These workers, according to the account, explicitly wanted to replace the Black workers with, well,
other
their
Latinos.
own people.
They even named names, apparently. Jose and Gonzalez.
Describing them as, and this is a direct quote from the source material, my brothers who know how to work very well.
And this wasn't just happening on, like, small side jobs either, right?
No. The source mentions significant sites. Quantico Marine Base in Virginia, for one.
Wow.
And also work as a contractor for General
Facts.
Electric. It's a big deals.
That is. Yeah, that's a powerful start. But here's where it gets particular.
I'll say this, Dorsey. I agree with you. I do agree with you, but I have I have seen Latinos, and I'm talking about dark Latins, say like, yo, the reason why they don't really fuck with white supremacists is because the world see my kid as black. I have heard that from a few people, but I know that it's not really a collective as much. Only people who will see that is a person that really actually goes through that. So I do agree with you to a certain extent. Yes, that is true.
Really interesting or maybe disturbing.
Okay.
The owner in the source claims these same workers tried to get him, an African man, the owner, to turn on his own black American employees.
No. How do they supposedly try that?
The source suggests they use a kind of immigrant camaraderie pitch, trying to, appeal to him on that basis, perhaps.
So a direct attempt to leverage that connection to basically push out the black workers.
That's how the source presents it. And it leads the owner to make this really stark comparison.
Yeah, I remember reading that part. It's quite direct.
He says, white Americans will work with African Americans who want to work, but Latinos will not work with African Americans who want to work.
And then asserts that Latinos only work with Latino. That's his conclusion based on his experiences.
Right. Leading him to state, in his view, that Latinos are more discriminatory and racist towards African Americans.
And the source notes the video itself was controversial, right? People trying to get it removed.
Yeah, apparently. But the speaker just maintained he was, quote, speaking the obvious truth.
So very firm in his perspective.
Very. And the source doesn't stop at construction, does it? It suggests this isn't an isolated thing.
No, it broadens out. Claims that Latinos pack house. That's the term used.
Pack house, meaning?
Meaning they allegedly fill positions with their own people and limit hiring from outside the group.
Okay.
And this is claimed to happen in other fields too, like medical, dental, even management roles.
So the source paints a picture of a much wider pattern of preference.
That's the implication. Yeah, it's a systemic issue from that perspective.
So faced with this alleged situation, particularly in construction, what's the solution offered in the source? What does the owner suggest?
It's very action focused. He suggests black men, specifically in cities like Miami and New York, need to organize.
Organize how?
Form groups, register their own labor force companies, and go after contracts directly.
Like bypass the existing structures where they feel locked out?
Essentially, yes. He throws out a number like 10 guys can team up and secure maybe a $500,000 contract.
Okay.
Framing it as a way to push back against those who, quote, don't want to lose their grip on the construction industry and want to completely lock men out.
It's a call for economic self-determination, in a way.
Exactly. And the source adds another layer too, mentioning things like being in the U.S. on a visa or as a resident alien.
Implying that the privilege with rules.
Yeah, and even brings up ICE rates.
Yeah.
It sort of hints at the precarity some workers might face, maybe as a context for these dynamics, though it's not fully explored.
Right. Okay, so that's the first account focused on economics, jobs, alleged sabotage. Now let's pivot, because the source offers a very different kind of story, too.
A much more personal one.
Yeah, deeply personal. It's from a man identified as Puerto Rican and Dominican.
And he talks about racism and colorism, but within his own family.
Exactly. Which opens up a whole different angle on these intergroup or even intergroup tensions. What does he share?
Well, his story is really about how colorism can be internalized. He says he was the only one in his close family, cousins, siblings, aunts, uncles, who had his particular hair texture.
Kind of kinky or coily hair?
Yeah, this texture hair and this texture beard, he says, while everyone else had slick hair. And he remembers his uncle specifically.
What does Michael say?
Told him he had pea hair, which is apparently a derogatory term for that hair type.
Oh, wow.
And as a kid, hearing that from family, it made him believe his hair was bad.
That's heartbreaking. And he carried that for a long time.
Seems so. He says it wasn't until he met his wife and actually learned about different hair textures that he understood.
Understood what?
That his family's comments weren't just teasing, they were rooted in racism, internalized racism and colorism.
And he makes an observation about older generations too, doesn't he?
He does. He notes that in his experience, older Hispanic people tend to be the most racist, which is, a generalization. But
I don't even know why that was going on like that, but I'll rewind it back.
Offered in the source. What does the owner suggest?
It's very action focused. He suggests black men, specifically in cities like Miami and New York, need to organize.
So organize how?
Form groups, register their own labor force companies, and go after contracts directly.
Like bypass the existing structures where they feel locked out?
Essentially, yes. He throws out a number like 10 guys can team up and secure maybe a $500,000 contract.
Okay.
Framing it as a way to push back against those who, quote, don't want to lose their grip on the construction industry and want to completely lock men out.
It's a call for economic self-determination, in a way.
Exactly. And the source adds another layer, too, mentioning things like being in the U.S. on a visa or as a resident alien.
Implying that's a privilege with rules.
Yeah, and even brings up ICE rates.
Yep.
It sort of hints at the precarities some workers might face, maybe as a context for these dynamics, though it's not fully explored.
Right. Okay, so that's the first account focused on economics, jobs, alleged sabotage. Now let's pivot, because the source offers a very different kind of story, too.
A much more personal one.
Yeah, deeply personal. It's from a man identified as Puerto Rican and Dominican.
And he talks about racism and colorism, but within his own family.
Exactly. Which opens up a whole different angle on these intergroup or even intergroup tensions. What does he share?
Well, his story is really about how colorism can be internalized. He says he was the only one in his close family, cousins, siblings, aunts, uncles, who had his particular hair texture.
Kind of kinky or coily hair?
Yeah, this texture hair and this texture beard, he says, while everyone else had slick hair. And he remembers his uncle specifically.
What does Mikkel say?
Told him he had pea hair, which is apparently a derogatory term for that hair type.
Oh, wow.
And as a kid, hearing that from family, it made him believe his hair was bad.
That's heartbreaking. And he carried that for a long time.
Seems so. He says it wasn't until he met his wife and actually learned about different hair textures that he understood.
Understood what?
That his family's comments weren't just teasing, they were rooted in racism. Internalized racism and colorism.
And he makes an observation about older generations too, doesn't he?
He does. He notes that In his experience, older Hispanic people tend to be the most racist, which is, a generalization, but it reflects his personal encounters.
And the source tries to connect this personal story to wider cultural things.
Yeah, it does. It mentions, for instance, the term moyo.
What's that?
A derogatory word the source claims Puerto Ricans sometimes use for black people. So it links the family
Hold up. What did they say?
His personal encounters.
And the source tries to connect this personal story to wider.
Thank you, Breeze Omega. I forgot to say that.
It mentions, for instance, the term moyo.
What's that?
A derogatory word the source claims Puerto Ricans sometimes use for black people. So it links the family attitude to a broader cultural vocabulary of bias. And it also throws in references to other things, like accounts from the LA riots of people calling police the N-word. And even a controversial comment someone apparently made about America being only slightly better than Mexico. It sort of weaves his personal story into these larger charged references.
It paints a complex and frankly pretty bleak picture of bias.
Definitely. And it leads him to this really raw fear about his own kids.
Right, because his children are mixed.
Yeah, Hispanic and black. And he's worried his family might program them.
Program them how?
Repeat the same anti-black comments or behaviors towards them because the kids...
And this is where you're right at, Dorsey. Oh, no, Mr. Know-It-All. Mr. Know-It-All, this is the part where you're right at. When you just said, and I salute you for that, you said not all of them fall in code. So I will say this, you were right about that. Not all of them have the same empathy for black Americans as black Americans have for themselves. So you are right. But, and this, I know I rarely use the word but. But now with the internet, we have seen what's going on in their culture, in their country, in their communities, and why they act the way they act in their communities. And we cannot sugarcoat it. It's because they want to fit in with white supremacy. They want to fit in with the white supremacy.
Might now be seen as the blackest members of the family.
Oh, man.
Yeah. He says interactions need to be carefully monitored. It really highlights how these things can pass down through generations.
So you have these two accounts in the source. The construction owner talking about economic exclusion, job sabotage.
Right, perceived contempt even.
And then this second man talking about deeply personal colorism, family racism.
Yeah, both presented by the source as examples exposing, quote, anti-black Latinos. Two very...
Oh, yeah, definitely. I want to say this. If I can inspire or influence anybody to do a show similar to mine's, definitely thank you. I appreciate it. It means like I am actually doing something that I'm supposed to do, So thank you, Breeze Omega. Salute, definitely. This made me... I had to talk about this and I had to be... And this is why I had to tell SP, I have to be fully honest. I have to be fully honest of what's going on in these communities. And as somebody said, I don't know who said it, and I apologize, but they say, Latins are more racist than the white supremacists. They push forth this ideology more than they push. And the thing about, don't forget, they came from a country that already has been doing that. That has other community, that segregates and separates each other from color. And even sometimes culture. So when they get to the grand stage of people actually really doing it from a government and policy-based country, then it's cool ceilings. It's cool ceilings. This is why it's so easy for a Mexican woman from LA to call a black kid a monkey, a criminal, anything except the child of fucking God. and everybody can turn a blind eye to it like it never happened. But or we could see a Hispanic boy drop a black girl on her head, and the community don't do anything because it's an all Mexican school. This is why I said, where is the solidarity? Where is the unity? When have we ever seen this unity? I know when niggas go to jail, when times get tough, they're not going to come to the black Americans. They're going to the white supremacists in prison. That's why it is the white and Latins against just black people. This is why certain gangs will form in prisons. Robin, black Americans been trying for the last 80 to 90 years. It's none, man. It's none. Man, let me tell you something. Robin, I wish if I could do anything to unite everybody, but it just doesn't work because it's a one-sided game when it comes to that. It doesn't benefit black Americans. We could help. Let me tell you something. We could help the world get we can cure the world of fucking cancer and AIDS, and the world will still see black people as niggers. They will see us as degenerates and slaves and less of. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, black Americans has created everything. We're the only people that you can talk about that started some type of started laws, improvements on how people live, and leaders without violence. That's most black leaders, is that they became leaders and influential leaders without violence. And they still see black people as violent. Black people been put in a very bad situation and they still demonize us. So at the end of the day, it's just not going to work, Robin. And I get it. I wish for the same thing too, but I just know it's not going to work, especially with the Latin community. They want to be tapped in with the white supremacy. And I see it. I get it. They don't want to be treated as black people. That's how most immigrants are filled when they come to this country. They're like, yo, I don't want to be treated like a black American. But they see how influential a black American is. It's like, oh, yo, I'm black too. You know? This is why I said I don't fall for the Pan-African schemes no more. Don't get me wrong, I used to love Pan-African. I used to be happy rocking that red, black, and green. Wearing a dashiki and stuff like that. But I knew under this, I just woke up and smelled the coffee and said like, yo, this is hurting my people. This is not helping my people. My people been doing worse since the 60s. We're making all these policies and they're saying, oh, yes, for black people, but it's mostly for white women. Like, it's beating a dead horse. And I'm sorry to put it that way, but it hurts me too that it just doesn't work. You know? But we're going to go into the next video. Now we're getting into the infrastructure, the foundation of where the stuff is, and the rampage of what been going on for cultural generations.
The reason why I personally have a problem with brown or black people talking about unity amongst brown and black people is because it's literally impossible for a people, in this particular case, us, Mexican people, brown people, it is impossible for us to come together with black people because we are inherently and culturally racist. Our culture is very anti-black. And it's
Like and subscribe and comment in the live chat. And also, the only way you can comment in the live chat is if you subscribe. Subscribe. And also, if you want to donate to the platform, hold on, let me put my Cash App and stuff. I'm gonna put my Cash App in the live chat right now. Just give me a few seconds. So it's all in the live chat right now. So I hope y'all appreciate my content and donate. If you can't, I understand. But here we go.
not our original and true culture. This is post-colonial culture. This is due to the Spaniard colonizers that implemented their caste system into our culture. And therefore, we have been seeing the world with the eyes of our colonizers. And meanwhile, we out here marching with signs that say brown and black unity. The truth is that in our household, we tell our sisters, we tell our daughters not to date y'all, to stay away from y'all. And if we find out one of our aunties, one of our sisters, one of our daughters had a kid with one of you, we shame them. We even disown them. We want nothing to do with them. This is a very common thing to happen. So the reality is that
I need y'all to listen.
We as a people
I need you to listen to what he just said again. Listen to what he just said again. And this is very important. This is in their community. This is in their households. This is a Latino actually really talking to, actually explaining what goes on in their household. And this ain't every household, but this is a great big collective of it. Now listen.
It's literally impossible for a people, in this particular case, us, Mexican people, brown people, it is impossible for us to come together with black people because we are inherently and culturally racist. Our culture is very anti-black. And it's not our original and true culture. This is post-colonial culture. This is due to the Spaniard colonizers that implemented their caste system into our culture.
I'm going to stop you there. Remember what I told SP? I said, SP, y'all are more European. You're more European than indigenous. And I said, and the reason why is because you follow the culture of the Spaniards. You have more Spaniard culture connected than indigenous. He said, no, I'm lying. His own brethren said that. I wouldn't lie to, and I told SP, I would never lie to you. I would never do anything just to make the Latinos look bad. Cause you know what? I fuck with Latinos. I like y'all food. I like how some of I'm gonna be personal. Some of y'all treat me straight when I come around you. Y'all take care of me, absolutely. But that's not all of y'all. Most of y'all treat me like shit and talk crazy about me. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's all of y'all. No, it's quite a few of y'all that treat me like family.
And therefore, we have been seeing the world with the eyes of our colonizers. And meanwhile, we out here marching with signs that say brown and black unity. The truth is that in our household, we tell our sisters, we tell our daughters not to date y'all, to stay away from y'all. And if we find out one of our aunties, one of our sisters, one of our daughters had a kid with one of you, we shame them. We even disown them. We want nothing to do with them. This is a very common thing to happen. So the reality is that we as a people that have been anti-black for a couple of 100 years since colonialism, we can't possibly try to convince black people about brown and black unity. We can't. It's impossible because we're still very anti-black. How can we as an anti-black people convince you about brown and black unity when if you really think about it, it's just the truth, Robin. And it's clear as day. How can we try to convince you about brown and black unity when the reality is just a surface? It's a surface thing. Meaning, can we convince you to join us in helping us systemically somehow? That's what brown and black unity has always meant between us. As long as we do not confront the anti-blackness in our Mexican culture, we will never be able to have any sort of coalition. Not a true one. It's always going to be surfacey, and it's always going to be about using one another. As long as there is internalized racism, colorism comes into play, and anti-blackness comes into play. And ironically, I do these videos and I always talk and address the anti-blackness in our culture. And most of the people that have a problem with the things that I talk about regarding the subject matter are Mexican people. Bro, why are you making us look bad? You see, I'm making us look bad because I'm forcing us to confront the anti-blackness. But then you are a hypocrite going out there and trying to convince black people.
What did I tell SP? I don't do this to make y'all look bad. I'm doing this so we can solve this problem. So we can look at like, yo, this is actually what's going on. This is why I'm telling you to police your people. This is why I'm telling you, fix your community with the colorism. Fix it. There's nothing wrong with fixing it. There's nothing wrong saying, yo, my community has a problem. My community has a colorism problem. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You act like it can't be fixed.
About coming together with us. You cannot come together with the people that you are anti. You can't. And I actually had a guest come up here one time and started crying here. It was a black dude. He had a child with a Salvadorian woman. He came up here and said, hey, Ricardo, I had a child with a Salvadorian. And I'm trying to figure out, like, no matter how nice I am, no matter how respectful, like, I'm always trying to be, like, very offering to the family. They just don't like me. Like, you as a Latino, what do you think I'm doing wrong? And what can I do to fix this? And I said, you could do nothing. What are you doing wrong? You're black.
I'm going to stop it right there. Perfect place to stop. Welcome back to Breakdown Friday. Joseph Ward, Patrick Irvin, Professor Carl Tone Jones. And we're here breaking down the video from the Ricardo Ignacio YouTube channel. And the brother is also on TikTok. The video is originally on TikTok, on Ricardo Ignacio on TikTok, then his YouTube channel. But his channel is filled with a lot of conversations that he have with various people about issues around race and racism that affect both the black and brown community. And in my opinion, he has a lot of good and healthy conversations with a lot of his guests. I think he has a good grasp on what's going on. I'm not sure about a lot of the guests, but this particular conversation stood out to me because the Mexican guy is schooling the black guy on why the black and brown unity, as he said, is impossible. And I'm glad that he's phrasing things the way he is, because we have a lot of people in our community who push, especially the United 2%ers, who push for this unity, this black and brown unity, or this coalition, especially the BIPOC coalition people, right? They push for this idea of unity, or they push for this unity that we should have, and we should unite because we're all people who have experienced hardship. And
Shabaka, that's strike two. One more, you get a 5-minute timeout.
Racism and colonialism, and we've all been oppressed, and so we should unite.
You control,
because we're all oppressed.
But don't lie.
But we're not dealing with, well, why the hell haven't we all united already? What has been keeping us back, right? But then this year, and even in past years, but even more this year, we're starting to see, especially with the immigration thing.
All right, we're gonna stop that right there. I just wanted you to watch the video. That dude's. I'm not gonna have y'all listen to the talk. That's the last thing I'm gonna have y'all do. I want y'all to get the information. I want y'all to get what these people are talking about. This guy, he was indigenous.
Hey man, not what I do. And despite some
what's going on, Ray? Salute
for black struggles, he often sought white allies rather than forging strong coalitions with black activists. His organization, the UFW, or the United Farm Workers, actively opposed hiring black workers, particularly in California, where black and Filipino workers were often pitted against the Latino laborers in these disputes.
Black and Philippine. Black and Philippine. And this is why I've been saying, and I know I'm gonna say this multiple times in the show, but this is why I've been telling people for the longest that, like, yo, you gotta police your people. You gotta police your community. Y'all Latinos gotta police your community. If somebody's doing some fuck shit out here and it's gonna embarrass your whole community, you gotta say something. It's like, yo, you gotta cut that shit out or we're gonna have to denounce you. Say, yo, that's him doing some nigga shit. That's how y'all gonna have to be. But y'all not saying anything, that means you're a part of the problem. You're okay with that man is doing. How many times when you see our elders look down on the youth for doing some fuck shit? Or some niggas some adolescents out here doing some fuck shit? We look down on that type of shit. We don't hide it. Like, yo, nigga, what the fuck you doing? That's why sometimes there is a disconnect with the black youth and the elder youth. Like, nigga, what you doing out here doing some fuck shit? I didn't do all this extra work going to jail and getting beat the fuck up for you to be doing some stupid ass shit like that. Like, yo, this is how we talk to our people. Y'all try to hide it and, oh, yo, we're gonna save him. Look at the Jesse Mack guy. This motherfucker violated 2 girls, had a chain around one bitch's neck, damn near killed the bitch. Motherfucker's supposed to be doing 70 years. You haven't heard from the white community once. You heard from liberals, yes. Say, like, look at this nigga out here, this conservative out here taking a pussy. This nigga out here taking a meow meow, man. You have to have liberals tell y'all niggas that y'all niggas is doing wrong. Y'all conservatives should be embarrassed of yourself. And I'm not saying that Donald didn't do what he did, but niggas been talking about taking pussy for the illest minute. Niggas do have them charged. Niggas did try to put charges on him. But you still have that nigga on a higher pedestal and saying you blame the bitch. But oh, let's talk about Diddy. Diddy slutted a bitch out. That nigga's a monster. Let's talk about it. Diddy was out here slutting out bitches. Nigga's a monster. Fulfilling these bitches' fantasies. Most of these bitches' fantasies. His own too. He was a cuckold. The nigga wasn't probably swinging. He wasn't swinging. So, like, what you expect this man to do? Shout out to Ray Ray again, man. But what you think? Like, come on. Hugh Hefner out here taking a pussy. His friends out here taking a pussy. Only one man got charged? Bill Cosby? And that's it? Nigga. I don't want to hear about no motherfucking small hats. I tell you that. We see you niggas out here taking the coochie. No. Y'all just put a fucking predator back out on the streets of fucking Oklahoma. We don't want to hear no solidarity. We don't want to hear about no coalition. We want to hear about all y'all niggas fixing y'all community. We don't want to hear about no fucking black fatigue.
Okay? So, again, what you have to understand is throughout the 20th century, Mexican-American leaders sought to establish a racial hierarchy where they would be positioned above black Americans, even though they be below white. Okay? And they literally, Latino leaders openly argued against being grouped in with black people, fearing that this association would threaten their pursuit for whiteness. There was a famous case, the 1947 case, Mendez versus Westheimer. And I showed you guys the pictures. There was a little girl, her sister, her cousins attended the school with white kids. There was a black school across town or whatever in the neighborhood, but her cousins attended the school with the white kids. They wouldn't let her in because she was brown. So her father sued 4 of the districts. They argued that she should be allowed in because she's white, even though clearly her skin color was not white, but she should be classified as white. The court said, well, we're going to, because the school board said, well, no, we're going to establish a separate school for Mexicans. And
Watch
so we're
this,
going to have
everyone.
a white school, a black school, and a Mexican school. And then that case was denied because that is not something that's allowed under the law. So they eventually let her go in with the white kids. But the bottom line is, the whole point was they've been fighting and fighting to be white. There was a Felix Terina, I told you, the president of LULAC in 1957. Many of you all's parents were alive. When asked about the black struggles and whatnot, he famously said, let the Negro
Hold
the
up.
LULAC
This is my favorite quote, everybody, and I've been saying this. I have been saying this. And this is why I say there will never be solidarity or no type of unity. Listen to this. Y'all been doing this shit since the 1930s.
1957. Many of you all's parents were alive. When asked about the black struggles and whatnot, he famously said, let the Negro fight his own battles. Let the Negro fight his own battles. This is one of them. Imagine if the leader of the NAACP, right, or the Black Action Network came out and say, let the Mexicans fight their own battles. Let the Asians fight their own battles, right? That would be like, wow, you just, okay, cool, whatever. So you got to keep that in mind, okay? And so these folks have been fighting to be white. And it's been a failing strategy, okay? Despite their long history of fighting for whiteness, Mexican Americans learned a harsh lesson in the 1960s. White America is never going to fully accept them. And many of their own thinkers, and you see a lot of them on the internet confessing right now, right? They're never going to, because even though they were designated as white, the average white American is like, no, it's not going to happen. So there was a lot of pushback with that. Okay? Now here's the crazy part. Okay? Here's the crazy part. These folks petitioned courts to be classified as white and distance themselves from black struggles. But then,
and the person who said that, his name was Felipe. It was like Felipe Tijuana or some shit like that. He was part of Lilac, the Latin American caucus. So yes, this is what it has been said. So we can't act like this hasn't. We can't act like they always have been part of solidarity. And I know a lot of people want to run from this, but like this is why I said there has never been a coalition. It has always been one-sided. Black Americans always helped everybody. Yes, Lilac, yup. Shout out to Ray Ray. He said Dennis looks Mexican. Yo.
Yeah. After 1964, 1965, when we were able to win our rights, right? We were able to secure civil rights in these victories. That is when they began to classify themselves as an oppressed minority. That's when they became brown. Okay, but even today, even right now, so there's very opportunistic in there. But even today, there's a struggle with deep-seated anti-blackness from the mejor la raza, or better the race mindset in Latin America, to the erasure of Afro-Latinos in Hispanic media and politics, and to the widespread discrimination against black people within their own families. You heard what the young lady said.
You know what, everybody? I'm gonna have a topic question. Are the Latinos trying to are Latino playing genetic genocide against Afro-Latinas, Afro-Latino community? I'm going to ask that question. I know I'm moving away a little bit back from the Pan-Africans right now because I want to give it a little bit of rest. And I'm going to try something different where, you know what, we talk about other stuff. And this part right here, and everything that we talk about, it does affect foundational Black Americans. All of this does affect foundational Black Americans. Us talking about if the Latino are the new white supremacists, new leaders of the white supremacists. Because let's personally be honest, white Americans don't really subscribe to white supremacy like that. They only subscribe to it when it benefits them, but they don't really fucking subscribe to it. White people don't ever like white people like that. That's why they beat each other up and slap each other in the face and shit like that. Yeah, they do that shit. It gets crazy, you know?
Okay? And so the lesson is clear. All right? Whiteness has always been conditional.
Black King, so the fuck what if he has a Latina wife? What's the problem with that? What's the problem with that? Does that still make him a Rastafari? Does that still make him pro-black? You're not going to, I'm going to say this, Black King, we're not going to play these theatrics where you want to pick and choose. And again, pick and choose who we're going to point our fingers at. I don't see it as a big deal. As long as you stay on code and your other partner don't disrespect the culture, then I'm good with it. I don't have a problem. You could date who the fuck you want to date. I know if you're a Hebrew Israelite, it's different. Yes, I get it. But at the end of the day, we're not going to shit on people who's riding out for Black Americans. Who's putting in the footwork. That's putting in the time. Because let's talk about you, Black King. Let's talk about how many times you keep on saving snow bunnies. Whenever the mean big bad black man talk about a white woman, here comes your punk ass don't talk about that white woman like that. She didn't do nothing to nobody. You shouldn't do that to her. She's innocent. She don't know no better. How many times we have to hear that type of same old bullshit from you? You and Shabaka. And y'all motherfuckers supposed to be pro-black. Fucking the shit.
And it has never been freely given to Latinos, and their failure to fully assimilate has left them without the benefits of whiteness, but also, and here's the key, without the solidarity of Black America. And this is the first time we as Black people are collectively saying, no, y'all on your own. Because see, they've always been able to come run to us after the white folk keep kicking them out and be down with the brown and start talking about Black and brown. So this is a pivotal point in history right now in 2025. This is what is amazing to anybody who knows anything about history. This is the first time Black people are saying,
no. We're not using that shit no more. We're not using that shit no more. Because you know what? If she was a fucking victim, why did she name them after the fucking victim? Why is his father named Molly? You gonna name him after your oppressor? We ain't doing that shit no more. I'm gonna make y'all niggas tell the truth. Talk about, yeah, she got violated. No, the fuck she didn't get violated. She got violated. Why she named him Molly then?
Our time, attention, and resources is not for free. We're not going to voluntarily give it to you, especially to those who haven't stood up for us. Okay? The other thing you have to understand about black folks specifically is foundational black Americans have never needed whiteness to define our identity or our power. We've never begged for acceptance to be white, okay? We've literally forced the country to recognize us, our strength, our resilience as we are, okay? And that is black, and that's the fundamental difference between us. We didn't seek to be included in whiteness. We demanded to be respected as we are. That is our superpower. That is our superpower. See, the story of foundational black Americans is not merely one of survival. It is one of victory where others folded, where others erased their own identities, whether it be Irish, Italian, Jewish, and even Latino, to be accepted. We resisted that. And not only did we resist it, but we resisted it in our own skin with our own identity, and we won. We were never meant to succeed. They brought us here in 1619, shackled and chained, stolen from our lands, forced to build the economy of the country that refused to recognize our humanity, but we never accept their definition of us. So while others assimilated and surrendered their languages and changed their names and begged for whiteness, we held on to our identity and forced America to reckon with our presence as we are. We didn't come to America as immigrants seeking an opportunity. We were brought here by force against our will. We did not get a chance to blend in because white society made it clear that we were not wanted. But instead of shrinking, we grew. Instead of disappearing, we built. Instead of begging, we demanded. Nat Turner in 1831, Denmark Vesey in 1822, the Stono Rebellion in 1739 proved that we would burn the plantation down before we let them define us. Harriet Tubman led her people to freedom without permission, without approval, without apology as a black woman. Look at the Maroons of Florida and the Black Seminoles. They waged decades-long guerrilla wars against the U.S. government, forcing them to spend millions of dollars and countless soldiers trying to suppress black resistance. Not wannabe white resistance, black resistance. How can I take somebody serious? You standing up against me on one hand, and on the other hand, you begging to be with me. That's why these folk don't have that level of power and strength that we have. Even when slavery legally ended in 1865, they tried to replace our chains with sharecropping and Jim Crow and redlining and mass incarceration. And we still didn't assimilate. They destroyed our communities. We rebuilt stronger. After slavery, they told us to assimilate or perish. We refused. Instead, we built our own. Black Wall Street in Tulsa, 1921. Durham and Richmond, thriving centers of black wealth. It proved that we did not need white approval to succeed. Let me tell you something. We had historically black colleges and universities, like Howard University in 1867, Fisk in 1866, Spelman in 1881, which engaged in generations of black scholars and black leaders. We made them accept us for who we were. They have the Harlem Renaissance, 1920s to 1930s. It redefined literature, music, and art on a global.
Everybody pay attention. Shabaka's niggas-splaining. That nigga's niggas. Shabaka, we know that's not true. She was fucking with that man. We know how them freaky deaky militant British people get down. We're not gonna lie like that. No. We're not gonna lie like that no more. You know what? We're gonna finish this last 2 minutes and we're gonna end the show. I'm gonna land, but I'm gonna say this. He wasn't a slave master. He was a British militant. He was a British militant. And this is how I knew you was lying. You didn't even know that Bob Marley's father was in the military, the British military. So let's finish this.
And we didn't pretend to be white when we were creating that. We are black.
Facts, Mr. Know-It-All.
We refuse to, look, let me tell you something. They refused to accept us, and then they tried to become us. See, we never begged white folk to accept us, like the Irish, the Italians, the Jews, and the Latinos. Yet everything they love about America comes from us. Jazz, blues, rock and roll, hip hop, all this music dominates the world. We set fashion trends, the slang, the culture, while they copy us and deny us and criminalize us. We led every major movement from freedom in America, forcing the country to live up to its so-called ideas. They tried to erase us, but they could never stop imitating us.
Party going on, we all looking at Dennis. Burning and subscribe, it only take you a minute. Hit the cash app.
So I'm gonna land right here, man. I'm gonna say this. Latins have showed us their asses for the last 50, 60 years. And this is the only time I think they're getting a reality check where they have to figure out, like, yo, they got to do this shit by themselves. They couldn't do it in their country. They always needed some type of black face, but they got to understand, in America, you're messing with a different monster. That monster will send you back from where you came from. That monster will, pack you out. You get that passport, bro. The road section. All right, I can't. Nah, I can't have you. I'm gonna have to say this and not be active. I'm sorry, be active. But Black King, you need to answer this correctly. Do you know that he's a sexual predator? If you know what, I gotta sit you down too, Black King. And the reason why, I can't have you calling somebody a predator and not have evidence. If you don't have evidence, I gotta sit you down. Do you have evidence that he's a predator? All right, I gotta sit you down for 5 minutes, Black King. The reason why I'm sitting you down, Black King, because you can't be out here calling people sexual deviants and you don't know that they're a sexual deviant. So I gotta sit you down. I'm not gonna let you do that towards people. We could joke around, say like, oh yeah, he got a boyfriend or something like that. Yeah, that's joking around. But when you putting a sexual deviant coat on him, I can't rock with that. I can't rock with that. But thank you for coming up today. But I can't. Yeah, Black King, I can't have you do that. But I'm gonna say this. As I've been telling the Latin community for a while, I had more videos, but I didn't want to overdo it today. Y'all are gonna have to start policing your people, and the reason why, it's getting serious out here, where people's gonna start asking you like, yo, you are all like that. People are gonna start thinking that all of y'all are the same. All of y'all are racist. All of y'all think y'all white. All of y'all are like the Nick Flintes, the Paul Millers, and you have some type of disdain against Black Americans. I personally don't think all of y'all have it, but I think a great big collective of you do have it, because you come from these countries where you are all passed on this miseducated, this misinformation where it is not all Black Americans. It's the Black Americans that you contact with. So definitely I do have an issue with that. And for y'all to even treat us like y'all are white, and even going back into history and seeing that y'all haven't never looked at us as equal, as a brother, as even a friend, I have an issue with that. I'm very concerned about that. I'm very concerned about that because the people I do know who are Dominican, who are Puerto Rican, who are Honduranian, and no, the list goes on. They don't show that. So now I'm trying to figure out what is the disconnect. The disconnect is they want to fit in with white supremacy. They want to be the white supremacy. And they actually are showing that they are the white supremacists. So at the end of the day, when you're getting sent back, we don't want to hear about solidarity. We don't want to hear about coming together. We don't want to hear about the more numbers we are stronger. We don't want to hear that shit. We've been hearing that shit for the last 60 years, 60 to 80 years. You know, FBA stay crying, no, now crying about. Kwame, did you hear the conversation? Kwame, did you hear the conversation? The conversation wasn't about crying. It's about showing facts, the truth on how Latinos feel about Black Americans. Again, Kwame, you did that last time, and you didn't read the title. I need you to start reading, Kwame. But thank you for, appearing. You still owe the $30 for Cash App for Super Chat. Don't you forget. Because Dorsey's on here, and we know y'all broke-ass Pan-Africans don't know how... having a hard time getting debit cards and y'all bank. First it's Dr. Umar, now it's you, Kwame. You having bank problems. What, they trying to shut you down? That nigga Kwame out here having bank problems like Dr. Umar. As I said, first Dr. Umar, now Kwame. Y'all broke ass niggas better stop that shit. Just say you don't go, Rosalind, I ain't got no money today. You know me, I'm cool. Like, all right, cool. I understand, times is hard. You trying to live like the Jones, nigga. That broke ass nigga Kwame. Oh yeah. Oh shit. He said ginger beer and pussy Mexican. Hey yo, Kwame. You only got $30 to go to the fucking LA. What are you talking about, my nigga? That broke ass nigga Kwame. Nigga, I gotta stop calling you broke now, Kwame. Low dollar. No dollar Kwame. I'm gonna call it low dollar Kwame. That nigga Kwame struggling right now, man. I gotta kick it back into this Kwame. It's all entertainment, but that nigga's struggling to get that $30. Yeah, Kwame. I'm starting to believe you and Dr. Umar, man. Y'all niggas is broke out here. So, we don't want to hear you live in $1 million house. I'm going to think it. Yeah, I'm going to start thinking your house is made out of cardboard box, man. In Manhattan. Kwame talk about he lives in a kingdom. He built a kingdom out of cardboard boxes. That nigga Kwame's crazy. Shout out to you, Kwame. I'm gonna start giving my shout outs now. Shout out to Closet and Dam. Shout out to Glollery. Shout out to iWiz. iWise. Shout out to Kwame. FBA Convo. Shout out to SP. Shout out to Breeze Omega, the Black King, Shabaka, On Code, FBA, Adam B, Charlie Shaw, salute. Let's Get It 004, Dorsey, Ray, Bomb's Legacy, Mr. Know-It-All, Shorty McGriff. I said it right this time. S. McGriff. Monstar McFly, and Kiki 98. I'm sorry if I butcher your name. Sorry. Hey, what's up, Ping One? You're late, Ping One, man. You be coming on my show mad late, man. If you want to come on my show, you gotta come early. Mary Lee, thank you for the subscribe. Salute. St. Michael, salute. E. Will, salute. Jeff, salute. Zena. Oh, Zena, thank you for the comment. Zena was the first person to comment on Annie McIrie. I'm sorry if I butcher your name, Annie McIrie, but thank you for coming on to the show anyway, sugar. I want to thank everybody for coming on the show. New York, we don't tolerate FBA, but Bronze, you safe with me. Thank you, Kwame. I appreciate it. Hey, Kwame, I'm gonna say this, my man. I don't hang out with broke niggas, all right? Cause I know you and Dr. Uma are still waiting for that debit card. So I got you, all right? When we go to the bar, I got you, all right? Or when we go to Atlantic City, when I get my reparation, I got you. But shout out to you, Kwame. Thank everybody for coming to my show. I appreciate all the FBA family, all the Tether family, all the White Supremacy family, all the regular people, the average Joe. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Robin. My fault, Robin. I didn't forget about you. Shout out to Robin. Robin Gets Busy from Kick. Thank you, Robin. I appreciate everything. But yeah, everybody, and shout out to the white community too that be holding my show down too. I do appreciate it. Oh, Adam B, shout out to Adam B. Thank you. I do appreciate you all the time, man. You be on the show, lit. Damn, Adam B, why didn't you pop up? That's crazy. But yeah, shout out to Adam B, man. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Shout out to the white community and the white supremacist family. Thank you. I do appreciate y'all for coming on my show. Even if you do disagree with me and you talk about the small hats and I troll y'all with the small hats, I do appreciate it. We're going to have another show tomorrow, so I will catch you at the same time tomorrow, 9:45, and I will be